Yo, grinders, what's up? Hit that like button. There's a new song right after this one, so I hope everybody's ready to go. So get ready, hit that like button, share it out, because we are going to rock with a brand new Grindhouse song coming out after your favorite.
Philness.
That the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super. But you see where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And to quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream.
Are you ready? Are you ready for brand new music? Here it comes to you. New music. This is called the Philness Circus.
When I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do. We haven't done our best work with our first party output.
Yeah, that's always been a hit on the
I missed you.
Some criticism.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say always. Like, I think we've gone through
Not
times
to
where
throw
we've done.
mud on you, but I have to know that's a fair. I think it's something fair to say.
It is fair to say. And
In your hand, it's like a creepy circus. Are you ready for the show? Now tell me, where did all your courage go? I'm back. I control you, just as in a game. But don't try to fight me, bitch. You can't break me. Try it, and you shall.
would you ship that? What you just played?
Boo.
I see commentary. If you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and just build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games.
I'm here. I control you, just as in a game. But don't try to fight me back. You can't break me. Try it, and you shall I'm back. Boo.
very best work in gaming. It's a core business for us.
Stop! Enough!
Grinders, what did you think of new music from the Grindhouse, baby? Yo, what do you think of that Philness Circus? Oh man, exclusive. Don John said he's twerking. No pause. Oh man. Only Jazz will take a cult talk, make it an EDM beat. You bet, man. Ew, it is rocking. Philness just flows. He was dropping the words and had the music. It's the Philness Circus. Yes, Grindhouse exclusive. There you go. Exclusives matter, everybody, and that will be the motif of this evening. But hope everybody's enjoying themselves. Had a good weekend. It is Monday. The gaming Grindhouse is open. How could you hate it, right? Let's do the shout outs of all the grinders coming in here. Listen to that world premiere. Hopefully everybody liked it. Here it is. Oh man. Yeah, I was hyped up, man. It was like a rave party. I needed my glue sticks. What's up, Richard Farmer, RPG88, The Unknown, Robert Lawrence. While I'm doing that, let's shout out to the VIP grinders as they coming on in here. Oh yeah, Freddy214, True Virgil, VIP grinder stays on that list, hanging low. Billy Akira, how you doing? Therapy Quantafield, M. Gene, Neil, Augusto, J. Rowe, Amanda, how you doing? Taran, QG, J942, The Network. Oh, damn, the network is in the house. Here we go. We got it. Ty Marshall, Fabrizzle, get that Fabrizzle on there. Goo Goo Gaga, he says. Billy Akira, we got you. J Gamer UK, what's up? Diablo Doc Matter. Yo, Consumptive Soul, Chad Stud. Man, the grinders are coming on in there, knocking down the doors. Dark Zone 222525. What's up? Just 4 games, Ryan says. That's right, it's just 4 games. Hit that like button, right? Listen to Jay. C Fresh says Phil Spencer. We heard a bunch of Phil Spencer. Man, that is a hype reel right there. Sam C, what's up? Coming on in here. Hit that like button, grinders. We got topics for you, and shout out to the VIPs. There, flex those emojis this evening. Oh, man. Oh, Link, you missed the music. New music. Did you listen to the song? What's up, Link?
Nah, I just got in here.
Oh, man. We'll have to play an encore for Link in a little bit. We'll make him here later on. But, man, and by the way, it is episode 150. So we are on our way. And, hit that like button. We are going to the 3,000 grinders. Green and Twisted Sync, what's up? How you doing? Oh, man. Phil, no, we need to help Phil here. Just Wait says I'm a pony. Make some good-ass music. Let's go. Let's go. Phil Ness. Oh, damn. But anyway, check out the other videos. We got some topics, these you can see in the rundown right here. Oh, man. Now, let me make sure my display thing is working. I didn't get a chance to test that out here. But we got Helldivers 2. We got Layoffs at Supermassive. Unfortunately, PS5 Pro and Switch 2 are incoming. Only 4 games exclusive to the Switch. It has begun. So since the last time we spoke, those weren't confirmed. They have. We'll talk about how they were revealed and the marketing that has went on behind them. The Xbox tweets, shake my head. What a disaster. I don't know what's going on there. I got to, you know what? Maybe when everybody's talking, I'm going to have to go pull another Philness receipt for everybody here. What's Con? What's up? How you doing, man? What's up, Damasi? And then we have why exclusives are bad now. Shake my head. And you saw my tweet. You saw it. You know, I got a list.
We're doing this again.
Whatever your name is,
we're doing
ready
it
for the
again.
big surprise.
We're doing it again. Yeah, we're doing it again. That is right. We are doing this again. We're back around circa Philness around 2018, 2017 when they didn't have anything. That's what we're looking at right now. We're back to this again. Just put your games everywhere. That's the future. Don't worry. We're going to smash that real hard on that one because I got a bunch of points to make. I'm sure everybody else does too, Frogs and Link, because Link's been in those spaces hearing the craziness going on there. And I think it's just it's ridiculous what we're doing here. What's up, Reaper? Yo, what was that? Now, why did that notification not show up there? Oh, man, I forgot what that was. Did I miss something? I just saw somebody. Oh, yeah, you know what? Let me get into this. Did I miss something? Nah, I just heard that. Come on. Okay. I heard a noise on there. But anyway, we get into the topics here. Oh, good. Yo, King Zero, you don't need social media. It's a disaster right now. Nobody needs Twitter. It's for good entertainment and some laughs. But do not take it seriously because the people on there, especially now with these blue check marks, dude, like forget about it. I think I'll get into it. Yeah, we'll get into it. But speaking about success and good games, great games, because that's what it all matters. Helldivers 3 apparently at 3 million sales. Somebody alluded to it in a tweet, 3 million, and the developer just said he pointed up to it. So that's where we're getting possibly that they had 3 million in sales. But Helldivers 2, man, it has taken the gaming world by storm. And I cannot get enough of it. I've been playing it. I've been streaming the hell out of it. And it's hurting. It came, and it's one of those things, guys, that it came at such a low point. And if you can't expect to go low on what Xbox is doing, it came at such a point where the low point, and then this game just hit, and it's just like Sony doesn't miss, and it's just one of these things where it just hit right when the news was coming out about Xbox just shipping out their games to the Switch and PlayStation, and then boom, PlayStation gets a hit with their first service game. The service games that everybody was like, boo, we don't want any. This is what happened. Sony comes out and does it better, and I've said this before. It's incredible how Microsoft does all the talking about service games and games in a service and subscription services, and that's the future, and it's about subscriptions and cross-play and cross this and cross that and all this, and talks about it since 2018 and doesn't deliver on it. Halo Infinite falls on its face. Starfield all over the place. Nah, Sea of Thieves, 3 fetch quest missions, everything was just a miss. The cloud gaming with Crackdown 3, bleh, nothing works. Nothing hit. And then all of a sudden, here comes Sony going, Helldivers 2, here you go. Boom. Everybody's playing it. PC, PlayStation. They're friggin' like the split almost down the middle. And everybody's playing and enjoying this game. And you're sitting there, and Phil Spencer has to do a sad clown show podcast. And he has to be like, well, we're just putting 4 games on on the PlayStation and Switch. That's about it. But we're doing great over here at Xbox. Sarah, tell them what we're going to win. It was like a stupid waste of time, low point. Phil just shat on everybody that he built up to hold the line. And then he just wiped his ass with the line. And then here comes Helldivers 2. I'm loving it. Link, you've been playing it, Frog. I know we've been playing it a lot. So you guys been loving it? Can't get enough of it? The Helldivers 2? Let me make sure my display capture works. You hear me? I can hear you guys. Hold
okay,
on.
I can hear you now.
All right,
I can
cool.
hear you now.
Yeah, but Frogs, have you been playing a lot of Helldivers? Yeah, right?
Yes.
And it comes
a lot of Helldivers.
Let me make sure I have my screen here.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Okay, so a lot of Helldivers. Yeah, I can hear
good.
you. I was just making sure.
Oh, yeah,
you asked me a question, I started talking, but you started talking. Yeah, you started talking, and I was like, wait, I don't know. Wait, you can't hear me?
No, I hear you now. We're good now.
I'm confused. You can hear me?
Yes.
Everything's fine?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, I've been playing a lot of Helldivers. It is a good game. It's a pretty addictive game. Been having, a good time with randos. Link jumped in and killed us like killed me and the team a lot.
Yeah, he has to answer
Link.
for that. He jumped in
Yeah,
his
he has to
face. He said we were taking
Yeah,
too
he has
long.
to answer.
If Link, give you your excuse. Explain yourself why you left Frog.
Yeah, I want to know what
Frog's
going
his
on.
wife on the planet. Explain yourself, Link.
You know. Yeah, I want to hear this one.
Oh, he's
he's
tongue tied.
still
He's not
here?
talking. He said he had to leave, and we were taking too long. He said he had to go. That's what he told
Really?
me.
I don't believe that.
He said that he had to wrap up. It was the end of the game. He couldn't wait for us. Dude, he left us on that play. I tried calling an airstrike on him too. It didn't work. And I tried
kill
blowing
him.
up that nuke. Yeah, and I tried blowing up that nuke as well.
He kept.
Doesn't work either.
Yeah, he kept killing us.
He left us.
It was like every time we go somewhere, we're like, oh man, Link's killing me again. Like, oh man, Link's killing me again. Like every single time, I'm like, yep, Link's killing me.
Link did he basically just did his own meeting. But see, when you play Helldivers 2 with Frog, he has to shut all the hell holds up.
Oh yeah.
So Link
I'm
didn't want to deal with that. Link just wanted to do his thing and leave. But Frog was like, well, we got to go over here. There's a hellbugs and this stuff. And
I want to get maximum everything.
Yeah, Frog wants to clear the map, and then but Link just wanted to leave us there. So Frog was down over with his wife, closed up the hellholes, and then I was like, "Come on, Frog, I'm gonna go get my samples," and I'm ready. He's like, "No, we're not gonna make it." And as we're away from the thing, Link calls in the friggin' airstrike. It calls in the support thing to pull him away, and then we just watch him take off.
Does.
It leaves us there. I got it on the stream. I got the tapes.
Sure does.
I got the tapes of his ass leaving there. I don't think it was this stream here, but I got the tapes of him doing that.
Yeah, Link was in there, and he was just,
I know, man. Let's get. Oh, Kazakh Hero with the first super chat of the Grindhouse evening. Kazakh Hero goes with the 20. He goes, Jez, I was watching you since 3 years ago, and we're still on the same BS agenda. What? I'll get you the reverb. What are we doing here? For full effect, Twitter is a mess, and Xbox games are officially third party. Phil is finally getting his crap thrown back at him. I do appreciate that part. I do appreciate that Phil is getting. So, the Grindhounds, there they are. Phil, we're not taking Game Pass. Keep your ass at the door, Phil.
and second
we don't want Game Pass. Get him, Grindhounds.
12 minutes and Hades, and they're all on Game Pass.
Get those Grindhounds. Oh, damn. But yes, exactly, Cosmic. You know what? And I appreciate that people finally see through. But yeah, 3 years ago, we were talking about why exclusives don't matter. Exclusives are counter to moving the industry forward. All this other shit. And we're back. We're back on it. And what's hilarious is that they're attacking. And what's crazy is that they want Helldivers 2, which is technically one of the first day and date on PC with PlayStation and PC. It's not even a solely PlayStation exclusive game that they were condemning a couple of years ago.
He contradicts so much stuff he says.
Didn't he say when they made all these acquisitions that it was to get exclusive games to the Xbox platform?
Oh yeah.
And then he said that exclusive games are the lifeblood of console gaming. I mean, he said
they're
know
marketing beats when he was they're marketing beats. He said when he was sitting there with his legs crossed talking about the Activision deal when he was over in Europe touring around. There were beats. And you could also see from my and this is what I think is so funny here. You could also see everyone wants to see the footage of Link leaving us. I'll pull up the tapes. We got Link on here.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, Link. Talk more about it.
My wife is that. My wife is like, is that Link that you podcast with? I was like, yeah. She's like, he's killing us. I was like, yeah. And then there was like jazz music going on in the background. Come to find out it was jazz the whole time.
Oh, it was me, dude. That was wild.
It was you the whole time with the jazz music.
Because my freaking Alexa, I can't yell it, but she was playing music in the background, and I was like, I hear jazz music. Link is just chilling out to jazz music and not listening to us. Like, holy
yeah,
crap.
we thought you were just jazzing it out. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
We were like, yep, jazz is having
I
a jazz.
was not intentionally killing you guys.
I know. It just happened to be funny though. Because my wife was like, isn't it the dude you podcast with? I'm like, yeah. She's like, why is he killing us?
He was not communicating.
No, he wasn't talking to us. We just kept hearing jazz music.
That was from me, dude. That was from me.
It was all from Jazz.
It was all
the whole
me.
time,
Hold
Jazz
on,
is over here jazzing out. You got Kenny G going, playing in the background while we're playing
What was
Helldivers.
playing, dude? I don't know what was freaking playing. There we go. Let me just see. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna capture that. I gotta fix this. All right, good. That works. Okay, good. Yeah, I got the link. So I got links. Thing. We'll go to the tapes. On the link, we got them. And you could hear our being very upset about. Well, go to my channel.
Yeah, you're gonna hear our disdain.
Yeah, our disdain and other stuff. Exactly.
We were disappointed.
Yeah, I've been streaming the hell out of that game. And that's the thing. Like, Helldivers 2 is such an incredible game to stream because of the emergent combat and the uncertainty of what's going to happen. And and it looks
really
so
uncertain.
good, too. Like, it looks like a movie when you're
Yes.
doing that stuff. There it is. Is this when he left us? Wait. Is this? Who was I playing with it? Let me see. Who was I playing? Well, yeah, it was playing. Was this for frogs? Hold on, let me see.
Dude, if you call an airstrike on there, that thing will totally.
I didn't have a good time.
Yeah, it is a frogs. Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna get the tapes when Link left us, and then I'll post it on there. But Link, have you been playing a lot of Helldivers, sabotaging teams?
Yeah, I've been playing it quite a bit. I think
Yeah.
I don't remember what level I am, but I've been playing it a lot. Yeah.
Probably a high level since you just like abandoned everybody on the planet.
Nah.
It looks like I gotta get 5 games in, so I'm just like leaving people, like calling in the shit. Oh, where is it, dude? I gotta get this thing because I tried calling.
When my wife says something, and then I know like it's serious because she never really says anything. She just plays, and then like every once in a while you hear her talk. But when she was like, "Hey, who's this Link guy? He keeps killing me," I was like, "That's the Link we podcast with." She said, "Can you hear us?" She's like, "Link, hello," and she's like, "I hear jazz music."
And where is it?
I was
Dude,
like, "I hear jazz music."
I should have clipped it where you took it. I gotta try to find it.
I was like, "Hey, I don't know. Link's is jazz music in and out." Next thing we know, you leave, and then I'm like, "I still hear jazz."
See, this is what happens when you play Link. Like, see right here, Link. I think Link. Are you D4? That's you, right? Is that what you are?
Nah, it'd be L. It's always gonna be an L.
L. He's an L. Okay, hold on. He's an L.
So it's weird.
Yeah,
Jazz, you're the only
naming
one.
is, position.
You're the only one.
And
You're the only one that doesn't come up as a J. You come up as an X.
I know. I don't know why I come up as X1. I know why, because there's an X at the end of my PlayStation Network name. That's why.
Because it's the.
It would have been Z. It would have been JE. No, it would have been 7780. It would have been 01. I don't know. But mine comes into the thing. He went to the dashboard.
For some reason, it didn't.
Dude, where the hell is that thing? Where is Link? Is this the mission?
No, I have a great time playing Helldivers. Anytime I play, even with Randall's. I mean, the fact that they fixed it. And
yeah, I didn't have any issues getting into it.
I'm having I'm having such a great time. Before that, I said to my wife, I said, if they don't fix this network soon, that's what's going to kill this game.
Trying to find it. Damn, where the hell was it? We played so many games that night. Yeah, it was this. This is the one, right?
Grinders.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Gatling gun.
No, this wasn't it.
Yeah, really?
Wait, this wasn't it, Frog. I'll find it. We'll find it.
Uh-oh.
That wasn't the one. I have so many streams of it, dude. I have so many freaking streams of it. I think it was Let's Do Our Pod. Yeah, it was. Hold on, was it this first night? I gotta hear which one you guys were on.
There you go. All right, just as long as you go, baby.
You'll see L.
I don't see L. Nah, I've been hanging out. I've been playing with the grinder.
My wife is a P.
Yeah, let me see. Dude, I can't believe I can't find it. Where the hell? I thought it was the 1, 2, 3. It was this one. We're back.
Oh.
This is it. I found it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
There he is. L4. Is that you,
Look at
Link?
the trees coming down.
Link, are you L4?
I don't know. Maybe it's me.
Let's see.
Yeah, he's probably. Wait, do you see F in there? Do you see an F and a P?
Yes.
Woo! Oh man.
Then that's us. We can get up there.
Is that us?
Yeah, that's us.
Yep, here it is.
We gotta go get this launch.
Here we go.
I
Man, I want to close this list.
See, we're cold in the hole. This frog screaming his head off.
Where's now what's my flamethrower?
All right.
Wait, here's Rob. Wait.
Oh,
All right, this is us doing the missions.
Oh, watch.
Where's Link? Link's L4.
I got supply pack on my back too.
Here we go. Link's L4. I found it, Grinders.
All right.
This is us. Here we go. Wait.
Give me refills.
Yeah, you got it.
This is us doing our mission. So Link does his mission.
It's right.
Now watch. So we're doing our part.
Back.
So we're doing our part here.
Oh, man. You gotta arch that thing.
All right,
Yo,
killed
you
Frog.
went in the hive.
This is it. This is the end of this game.
Mud, hold on.
Watch how Link leaves us here. Let's go to the tape.
Oh, forget it. I'll follow you.
Here we go. So now here's Frogs, his wife, and me. Frogs is doing the whole. Here's Link. The tapes. Here's Link right here. He is at the extraction point. Look how far away. And instead of waiting for us, he could watch.
Yo, Link's gonna beat the shit, man.
He called the
Link's
shot
gonna
away.
Shit, fuck
What
it.
an asshole.
Oh man, Link's gonna get all the way.
Link's a fucker, man. Yo, I want to blow that.
Well, here it is.
Oh, we're not going back down in there.
No, I will not
Watch up
leave without
here.
my samples.
Wait, don't leave.
I'm going out to save Frog and his wife.
Link, do not leave, Link.
What's up, Cal?
It's too far, Jez. You're not gonna make it.
Shit.
Oh yeah, there's a lot
Look at Link. He called the
Yeah, you're
shot.
not gonna make it, Jez.
He
Oh,
called it
forget
in.
it. I'll follow you guys.
Link got on.
Yo, Link's gonna beat the shit, man. Link's a fucker, man. Yo, I want to blow
I
that
had to
shit.
get out. I had to
Link is
get
an
out.
asshole. I should blow that shit up on
Explain yourself.
purpose.
Yo, let's blow. Yo, throw an airstrike on the ship. Fuck
What
it.
an asshole.
Hey, it
Guys,
was
I'm
He's sitting on the
Hey,
plane making a
Fuck
cup
you,
of
Link.
coffee.
Fuck you, Link. Fuck you, Link.
every man for himself.
He's dead. Fuck you, Link. You piece of
I'm
shit.
fighting for my life.
Not playing.
Link, you piece of shit.
Okay.
You left me here.
You can learn
I just,
He
I was
left
in a
us
panic,
there.
and I had to go, man.
Dude, you're sitting on the goddamn thing. He was making Keurig coffee on the goddamn ship while we boarded the plane while we were running to it. So it just triggered the 10-second like goodbye.
Oh, no, he wasn't playing.
Nah, man. Link, so explain yourself.
wasn't
We're in Grindhouse Court right now. Where's my thing?
He's either you gonna make it or you not. That's how
Explain
Link
yourself,
it's my
Link.
friend.
Like you
Either
saw
gonna make
that
it or
we.
not.
I thought you guys were already on the ship,
Hey, this man did the Drago to us. If he dies, he dies.
Dude, I'll tell you, man. Get the hell, Link. I'll tell you, you left us. He left his load, dude. He left us there to rock.
Bro,
Right, this man
I
draggled
was trying
us.
to get up out of there.
There was not even like it was a bunch of bugs fighting him or anything. He just got on there and just sat there and just left. It wasn't even just fighting
Hey,
anybody.
No.
Oh man. Like, let me get Ron and member for 15 months says the only thing of quality that Xbox has extra expertise on is in the waiting. You have better luck at roulette than for AAA quality games. Amen to that one. Exactly. They've mastered the waiting game. And we know that one. They mastered it so well that there was a song for it.
I waited for Halo, and all you gave me was bootleg Joe. Oh, now we sit and wait for comment. Time's up.
Time's up. There you go. Time is up. But yes, let me make sure. Oh man, what the hell? Now where did the video go that I had? Oh, what a mess. Oh, there it goes. Okay, there it goes. It's this video. I just gotta make sure what window it's capturing on that one. But anyway, yeah. So Helldivers going. They're still begging for it. Jumping on that Phil Spencer quote where he's like, "Well, who does it benefit?" This is Sony's first cross gaming like on PC, on PlayStation, but that's not enough. No, they're like, Xbox needs it. You told us for years that the console does not matter. Like, they don't care about the console. They're not in the console game. They don't care about the console. And now, when we're sitting here and nobody cares about the console, people are going, well, what about me? What about Timmy? What about me? You spent years telling us that they don't care about console sales. Every month after month, NPD was like, we don't care. We don't care. It's not about console sales. It's about Microsoft money. Well, where's that money getting you right now? Where did it get you? All that spending, all that capping in courts. Goddamn, everybody turned into friggin' Judge Judy on a Sunday, the daytime TV afternoon, watching Judge Judy to find out what's going to happen when Phil takes the stand. This is what they turned into. Oh, Phil wore a suit. Everybody was going goo goo gaga over him. Phil wore a suit. He's so happy.
On their little goo goo gaga.
Oh, man, they loved it. Turned into goddamn daytime TV. Watching this bullshit. Oh, Lulu said that. Lulu. This is what it turned into. It turned into daytime courtroom TV, people's court. Goddamn bitch court. Because that's what it turned into. They're watching who's going to get on the stand today. This is what they said. They had people, they had lawyers. Xbox gamers were following lawyers in the, like, on Twitter. Gamers following legal personnel and government agencies. Exactly. This is what it turned into. And where did it get you? It was a friggin' fiasco. Courtroom documents, leaked documents, redacted forms. Oh, they said this. They said this. For what? Going after God. We had people, bootleg Jez from other countries, telling us that our country doesn't have a good legal system or some bullshit like that. Talking about RFTC. Telling us that we don't know regulations and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, the CMA, he was ready to move out of the country because the CMA screwed him. This is the shit that was going down last year. This is what they turned gamers into. This is what happened. And all that capping and lawyer talk and all that stuff. And it came to this. And now you want Helldivers 2? Please. No, it's hilarious. Helldivers 2 was always in this release window. And the same people last year in November and December were telling you, Frog. They were telling you, Link. They were telling all people that were going to play PlayStation games this year that we had no games. What are you going to do? Because you have nothing from your first-party games all year. The same people, when those VGAs went by and Jeff Keighley came out smuggling 2 grapes, they were the same ones. Oh, well, next year you have nothing. Ha, 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 ha. We got Hellblade 2. We got all these games coming out.
They were running around talking nonsense, saying PlayStation ain't got no games. Because they don't have anything announced first party studio wise, but they have a ton of exclusive games.
Oh,
but you got at least one dropping every month between now and April.
Yeah, exactly.
So
who's the one that's begging for games? Like, this is the thing. Like, Helldivers wasn't even on their qualifications of first party games. Like, okay, now it's, and when I said is like, guys, it doesn't matter who makes the game. All matters is where you play the game. And you're not playing it on an Xbox. So I told you, it doesn't matter if it's first party, second party deals, or anything. If it's exclusive or where it can be played and not on an Xbox, that's a game that should be played. That should bother you, because that's an exclusive. That's something that has happened. Then guess what? It benefits Sony and it benefits PC. PC's Xbox, go ahead. The 12 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Start doing it. The 12 degrees of Philness. Well, PC's Xbox. I am so surprised that Phil hasn't spun this Helldivers 2 thing around to make it look like it's a Windows win. It's so great to see people gaming on Windows or some bullshit like that.
Number one customer.
Right? I'm surprised he hasn't taken that opportunity going, it's so great watching all these people play PayPal with Pal World
on their little
and also playing Helldivers on a Windows machine. Like, I am so surprised Phil's not trying to spin this as a Windows W in gaming. But yeah. Oh yeah, I did see that, J-Tech. I saw that now they're trying to add mods, or they're trying to use Forge mode in Halo to try to simulate Helldivers 2. They got people trying to make up shit in Forge mode. it's just so interesting that there were no games, according to them. And now the next game that you qualify as a game for you is in May. And we saw a little sneak peek about it again. And we're not going to see it probably until May, the week of. So tell me again how great. And Microsoft's doing more with less. And now they're taking their games in such a short amount of time, just 4 of them right now, and putting them over on PlayStation and the Switch. Let me get the Game Night 1, 2, 3 with the 10. He goes, Helldivers is a Sony-owned IP. In case Phil and the Beggars don't know, plus, I don't know why they're so against exclusives when they were cheering that ABK deal and Bethesda games will be exclusive. Oh, I got that. That whole fiasco. Exactly, Game Night. Thank you again for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. And hit that like button, grinders. So we got some sad news that came out today from Supermassive. They're laying off 90 people. It's like 1/3 or half of their studio. Supermassive is known for making those cinematic games. They made Until Dawn, and then they started making those other ones in Namco Bandai with those. I played them all with the devil inside with the devil one, and then there was the camp one. They make those games there, and then they they made that last VR game, right? Did they make that last VR game, that Switchback Supermassive? Did they make that one? I think they did. It didn't do too well. It had bad visuals at launch.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame, they're known for making those type of games. And again, the industry, everybody keeps trying to go to the industry. And yeah, there are issues in the industry, but you got to remember this. During the pandemic, gaming was not really affected there. It actually grew and blew up because people stayed at home. People would do were home playing games. Like, that was the perfect world for gamers. And I remember during the pandemic, your service industry went to shit, like restaurants, halls, all these types, your retail all went to crap. And gaming was sort of just like cruising along, growing, like subscriptions and gaming. And now, years later, the world is coming back.
You're my number one customer.
Back to reality here with like your less of the stuff. And now people are right back to where they are. And gaming and subscriptions and all this other stuff are kind of like, okay, well, yeah, we spent a lot of time on that. Now I'm out more. I'm not using it as much. There's pullback. And then also, too, a lot of these games and stuff like that took some time, and there was a big change there. So I wouldn't say that the game industry is failing. There's definitely going through a transition. It's going through a fallout of the incredible growth they had a few years ago. But it's unfortunate seeing all these layoffs. But I think people are trying to spin this as like the gaming, like almost like Frog, like you said, the bubble, like the game industry crash.
Yep. And
I don't think that's what this is, but people are trying to be like, oh my God, everybody got to put their games everywhere because the game industry is crashing. Like, no, it peaked, and now it's trying to level itself off.
It's different. I think we're at a point. I think I want to say it's Jack Move. He had put a comment. He said, "Hey, where we think the game industry's peaked." I think we're at a peak now. I think that we're at a peak as far as certain things. I think that we can get certain things out of these consoles. As far as like innovative ideals, I think we really honestly peaked. If I want to be honest, like in the PS4, in my opinion, the PS4 era, I think we kind of peaked there too. I think that
I disagree with you there. Peaked on what?
What do you think?
What aspects of gaming?
As far as gaming design,
I totally disagree with you on there.
No, you think game design peaked, dude? I don't think game design.
Yeah, we've definitely not peaked. We might have peaked when it comes to graphics and fidelity, but we
no, man, that's
what
no, and that's what I'm saying.
Not
I believe graphics and fidelity, but what's I think that the PS4 generation, we kind of peaked. Like nobody's creating anything really unique.
Nah, I don't think that's
what's unique. What's new?
I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to have some unique things that are going to add to gaming. I think the next Naughty Dog game is certainly going to add some new stuff that we probably haven't seen yet. I won't doubt these creators, especially the ones at the top, that they're not going to be able to do something different. So I'll disagree there.
And I guess because here's my thing. So if we get, let's say, The Last of Us Part 3, and I don't see what more.
Well, that's not their next game, though.
Well, okay, let's say it's their new IP.
Yeah, Well, I don't.
You don't know
maybe we see
because
something
it's
there.
called frogs. Guess what it's called? It's called foresight, right? We don't all have it.
Mhm.
Certain creatives have things that other people don't. When Steve Jobs created the iPhone, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people who told him that idea was stupid and it wasn't going to be successful. So we just don't know what's coming all the time. So I think sitting here saying we peaked, I would totally
I don't think
disagree.
we peaked.
There are creators
think,
every day.
I think there was some
thing.
artificial inflation given to the state of the globe. And I think a lot of that inflation happened, and I don't think it was, sustainable because obviously things are going back to normal. And now, game development is changing and everybody's kind of back in the offices or trying to do what they could do. And also, too, I think, and if you remember, I remember how the game industry was growing like crazy. They're like, oh, that was when actually Microsoft was announcing subscription numbers all throughout the year. Oh, every
I think
3 months
we're
they're
still
announcing
growing.
new Game Pass subscribers.
I do think we're growing, but I think in a different way. I don't know. Like when I look at like gaming design, I'm like outside of Death Stranding, I don't really see anything that's really different. Everything is really similar.
Did you play games like
No,
Returnal?
Death Stranding looks incredible though. Like that,
Yeah.
like I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we're
yeah.
even near
I played
there.
games like
I
played
think
games like
was
Returnal,
definitely unique.
but like I said, PS4 generation, I felt like that was it. I feel like going into this generation, like I just think we haven't seen anything in this so far in this generation. I don't think we've seen anything uniquely different from that PS4 Xbox One generation. Not yet. Maybe something comes out and we're like, whoa, but I don't feel we've seen anything on
I
the
tell you,
level
like some of that stuff in Horizon,
Returnal
like
or
some of
Death
that stuff,
Stranding.
I felt like was pretty incredible. Like that DLC,
Yeah,
was
yeah,
insane.
incredible. But
Like
but
that
there,
boss
there
fight.
again, we're talking about a last generation game. We're talking about something that was last generation, minus the DLC. A lot of stuff we've been playing has been cross gen, so it's basically from the last generation coming over. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think we've seen anything truly unique from this generation of what not even
I
power wise.
disagree. I totally disagree.
I don't know, Frog.
I
Maybe
think
you're
we
looking
did
for
see
something else. Let me get
unique.
this super chat.
Totally
Hanzu,
disagree. That ain't true at all.
Atari with the 5. He goes, funny how Uncle Phil said that what was ever a banger they create will not shift the scale while people are buying PS5 for Helldivers. Exactly. He won't even know unless he tried. That's the thing. Like and that's why I always had a problem with that, was that he just totally dismissed making great games and just being like, yeah, if we went off and made great games, and it's just like, dude, try at least, because you haven't brought the quality aspect up over the last 4 or 5 years. You have not done that. So why don't you try and see what happens instead of just dismissing it as something that you're not going to do? I agree. Well, thank you again on that super chat here. But one thing I wanted to think, talking about the gaming growing and things like that, Phil had this quote from the podcast, and as we'll lead into the PS5 Pro and the Switch too, he said something, and I'm trying to find his actual line, where he said about there are 2 ways to grow the industry. Do you remember what he said about the 2 ways of growing the industry? Let me see if I can find that. Do you remember his 2 ways?
Steal everything or buy everything. No,
no, it wasn't that. It was one. Let me see if I want to get it specifically what he said, because he was saying, 1, you either get money from the same people, or you try to go to other people. Something like along those lines. I'm trying to find this right now on here, because that's what I want. I want to get his quote on that. Do you remember what he said that?
I can't. I remember him saying something.
Let's see if I can get him. Philness, get over here.
I don't know if I agree
Tens of
with
millions
him,
of people.
but
He's
I
like, what
see
you
it,
can
yeah.
do. Where is it? Not the Xbox hardware, gaming communities. He says it right here. How do you keep? Here we go. This is it right here. Philness, hit the tapes. Tell him, Phil. And today there's really 2 choices, but I want to make sure we get the full quote. How do we grow as an industry? All right? This is Phil's way of how we grow the industry. And this is going to come back to what Frog was saying. How we grow the industry, right? Phil, tell them.
The industry will struggle. And today there's really 2 choices on how do you grow the industry.
2.
Do you say I have a fixed number of players, the players that we have today, and do I find new ways to monetize those players to get more money from the players that I have? Or do you think about how do I expand the business I have by finding new players and adding those to the base of players that already play. Our focus on Xbox for the last decade has really been on that latter point.
Nobody had a comment about this yet. I'm going to hear my comment on this. Notice there's only two ways to grow the industry. It's either to take more money from the people that are already there, or to go out and get new people and add them to your already established base. But Grinders, what is the one thing that it's not, according to him?
Gaming.
Games. This is what I have a problem with. We're growing the industry. We're so focused on the number of people and the quantity of people, and just by getting them, right? Just by grabbing them. Oh, we're just going to get more money from you, or, hey, this is what and you see the spin that he's doing here. We'll get more money from you, but you know what? We could go get more money from other people and bring more people in so we don't have to charge you more money. Do you hear how he's spinning it to make it look like he's doing the smart decision?
Struggle. And today there's really two choices on how do you grow the industry.
Only two choices how to grow the industry. You want to know how you grow the friggin' industry, Phil, before you answer with your two bullshit things? Games, innovation, making new games that people want to play, that bring in more people that are maybe not interested in gaming, but maybe will check it out. You know, similar to like how even Elden Ring grew the industry, and people who didn't consider those games were considering it before. Gamers like service games, maybe they hate service games, but Helldivers 2 is showing them otherwise. You grow the industry with great games, innovative titles, experiences that people have not had before. That's how you attract people. That's what you should say as a gamer.
You're my number
as
one
a
customer.
game thing. Instead, you're just saying, well, maybe I just put my shit on a bunch of stuff, or do I charge you more money to compensate for the lack of money I'm getting? See, when he talks about growing gaming, he's not talking about making better experiences for us. He's talking about getting more money for his company. And yes, that's important. That's important.
Shareholders or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is not a shareholder meeting. This was an Xbox podcast for the gamers. He says that the people listening, Phil, who are they?
Who are watching this.
Wait. He says it right
in
here.
the scenes that maybe indicated how we wanted to look at the future of Xbox and how we kind of keep up with the industry.
Yeah, such a good question. And I think it's, as people who care about the industry, which I assume is people who are watching this.
People who care about the industry. That's who's watching this. People that care about the gaming industry. People that care about the gaming industry should care about what?
Gaming.
Games.
Hey,
right?
Jizz. Yeah.
Right? Like, what do you think, right?
Did the Series S help grow gaming?
No.
Does giving people the same controller help from the previous generation? Does that grow? Does that give people new experiences or new ways to play?
No.
Right?
Link, what about selling you a controller to strap onto your phone? Does that grow gaming? Did it?
Mm-mm. No.
So
they didn't build their console in mind with giving designers and creators and developers. He's always talking about the creators. No creator asked for the Series X. I mean, Series S. No creator asked for that. Right? So, they built the console that did the same stuff we did last generation, a little better, but they just didn't put the care into their approach to this generation. You can see that with their hardware. You can see that with the titles that they have.
Exactly.
If you watch that last developer direct, the 4 games that they showed off, did any of those games do anything cool or unique?
No. Is that going to grow gaming? Like the people waiting for Sea of Thieves, they're sitting there waiting for Pentiment. Like, is that growing gaming? All you're doing is spreading your shit to more places. And you see how it affects. Like, you give them this, and they don't, it does not grow gaming. But, like, I love how he just says, well, I could just take from you more, or I just go get more people.
Struggle.
There you
and
go.
today there's really two choices.
Only two
on how
choices
do
to
you
grow the industry.
Do you say I have a fixed number of players,
I'm
the
playing it
players that
again.
we have today, and do I find new ways to monetize those players to get more money from the players that...
He laughs. He's like, monetize those players to get more money? That's bad. Bad, Phil. Bad, Phil.
I have? Or do you think about how do I expand the business I have by finding new players and adding those to the base of players that already play? Our focus on Xbox for the last decade has really been on that latter point.
And that's what he's trying to do. Just get more players to add. But not about the games. And that's why I always said he's always fixated on the where, but not the what. And the what is the games. And that's the thing that they have not delivered on. And because they haven't delivered on, guess what? They're not growing. Just putting your shit on Steam, just putting your stuff on a phone in the cloud. Sarah Bond, sitting right there, said the cloud gaming was only for people to download the games. They did not see the growth of new customers coming in for cloud gaming. That's what they said under oath. Sarah Bond said cloud gaming did not grow the way they wanted to because all they were doing was taking the same games and putting them there. That was it. Cloud gaming did not grow with phones. And that was a whole big thing, big push. And when was that? That was in the FTC trial, right? Where is it?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the cloud isn't,
I think this was it here with the FTC trial. She said here that. Wait a second. It didn't put the here he goes. See? Right here. Tell us about it, Phil. Can you see this? Let me see. I'm doing it a different way. There we go. We built xCloud knowing that on Xbox we have many games that run on our console. There are many users around the world that have phones that aren't able to play those games, nor will they be. Our strategy was to put consoles in our data centers to stream those to those consoles to a mobile phone. So if someone wanted to play Halo on a mobile phone, they would access to those games through streaming. Right, Phil the ladder. More people. Well, let's see what happened. Quote. Well, next one. It didn't work out that way, though. Xbox VP, creator of game experiences, Sarah Bond, testified that most common uses for cloud is not mobile play, but console players, the same people, trying out a game before or during a download. Because cloud gaming sticking point for the CMA, Microsoft wants to downplay its relevancy to the Xbox business. Okay, well, whatever they're doing, I am sure it was just a ruse because they wouldn't be having this podcast right now trying to get PlayStation and Nintendo if this wasn't true. So this is friggin' true. So there you go. Sarah Bond said that it didn't work out that way because people don't want to play Halo on a mobile phone.
You're my #1 customer.
You know what? If you want to chase the mobile, and then this is the other thing that I see, and I'm going to have a lot of grinds my gears in this friggin' thing. But another thing, if you want this mobile, and Link, Frogs, if you want this mobile industry so bad, and Sony wants it, and Xbox wants it, and they want this mobile industry so bad, then know what I say? Go make mobile games because they don't want to play the stuff that you're shipping on consoles on their phones. They want to play mobile games on their mobile device. So go ahead. You tried Gears Pop. What happened? You tried Forza Streets. It made for the streets. Nintendo made Mario Kart Racing, whatever the hell it is on the phones. You want to chase that mobile? You can't use the same bait to catch a different fish. Okay? You can't use the same bait. So you can't use the same game that the console player is playing on and say, oh, they'll love it on phones. Though they don't. And that shows that his strategy of just adding more people to this melting pot of what they want to create, it's not working. Because xCloud was to bring in people. There you see the strategy right here. This is from Digital Trends. But it didn't work out that way. And then Phil continued to say that it turned out that people didn't want to play on small screens and the latency. Oh, Oh, exactly, Josh. Sony has a mobile studio to make mobile games. That's how you do it. Neon Koi. There you go. You want that mobile strategy? Then go make mobile games for those mobile players. You're not going to put Days Gone or friggin' Last of Us on a cell phone and think like, oh man, I'm going to bring in a bunch of people this way. No. So that's why I look at these clowns on Twitter going, just put your games everywhere. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. And I got two words for you. Ready? Here it is. Where is it? I got them right here.
Stop. Enough.
Stop it. Just cut it out. Because just putting your game and spamming it, that's what I call it, spamming it to every device imaginable does not make more gamers. It doesn't bring you into the ecosystem. It doesn't work. You got to make the games for the audience that's going to play them. That's how it works. Yes, Gears Pop was announced with Gears 5 on E3 stage, Ryan. On E3 stage, and Forza Made for the Streets was also there. Shout out to Ron M for 5 Gaming Grindhouse VIPs, Flexos emojis, and we got a few super chats here. Waleed is now a Game Cat, specifically, man, he has a long ass name. Specifically, Woodhog. I'm sorry, it cut off there. He says the Wanderer VR Game 2 is, oh man, what's going on here? The Wanderer VR Game 2 is a AAA. Don't miss it. Okay, I'll check that out. And Waleed follows that up with specifically a White Tiger. There it is. With a 5, he goes VR 2 2024 lineup. Vertigo 2, Wanderer VR, Aces of Thunder, Ultra Wings 2, Madison VR, Behemoth, Legendary Tales, Zombie Army, Metro VR, and Ghost of Tabor compete. Exactly. And Waleed, you make a good point here because even though Sony, I want to see more first-party support from Sony on VR, the fact is that just having the VR device for their platform adds a whole litany of new, just more games to their platform and more experiences. So there you go, dude. Like, that's just a whole other lineup of games that are only if you want a console to play them, there you go. And now with the PC expansion, which they're going to do, put it on PC, that opens up more games for the PlayStation VR 2 to be used for. So you got another use case for it. But that's just another, and I always said Microsoft was so silly for not doing VR because it didn't allow, it just kind of just shut them off a whole part of the market and out of games when they needed games, right? They need that shit. Josh is coming in with the 10. He goes, growing games comes down to how. How do you make media to bring people to movies, TV shows, theme parks? Or do you just recategorize everything as Xbox? Josh, that is an excellent point. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to repurpose unsuccessful games. And that's what's crazy about it. It's not even like they're trying to repurpose incredible games that everybody wants to play. They're trying to repurpose games that didn't even do well on their own platform. How's that?
Mr. Yellow Chair.
The Kappas and everything were trying out there trying to promote these games. These games weren't even a success on their own platform, and they're trying to repurpose them. I said, he's shopping around with pennies. But you make innovation, and that's the main point that I wanted to make. Growing the business, you grow by innovating and creating new, unique experiences and not doing the same thing. Oh, we need 20 PUBGs. No, we don't. And I think when we vote,
I agree with that.
We don't need that. Go do something else. You know, go do something else. And I'm telling you right now, this Helldivers take, I wouldn't be surprised if now we start seeing more extraction service games because they tried competitive shooters. That seems to not do too well. Now they're going to try, maybe co-op shooters, extraction shooters are going to be the new hotness.
You're my number one customer.
And now you're going to see service games now to roll into co-op extraction games as something where they could slap on a service thing. But it's not the type of game that Helldivers is because the game itself is great for what it is that you don't even realize that it's service, but you don't even care. And like I said, the one thing I loved about Helldivers is that the service, we're not just playing on 5 maps and going, I wonder what's next. Where are the content updates now? I've been playing on the same 3 maps with the same 5 guns and the same 10 skins. What's next? No. The game is designed to evolve as we're liberating the planets. We need a yellow cherry emoji? Gotcha. But that's the thing. Like, the game adds variability with the planets, with the mission types, with the procedurally generated maps, with the enemy variations, with the enemy, the enemy types that come after you. But also, as we're liberating planets, they're opening up new environments with new hazards, some with airstrikes, some with things. So we're the service is inherently there. We don't have to wait for a content update. We liberate a planet, a new one opens up that has a new experience on it, a different environment, different weather effects, different things that change the strategy of the game. This is incredible. Like, I love the game design to this. I love that there's such variation and they could just tweak something and all of a sudden, boom, here comes a planet with tons of storms. When the storm comes in, you can't call in any airstrikes. So you can't see. Now you lose a whole strategy of calling in airstrikes. Now what do? And it changes the game on a dime. And now you got to strategize. This is awesome. Like, that's what makes a service game there, because it changes as we progress in the game. And we don't have to sit there and wait for the roadmap and stuff like that and wait. Oh, just trust me. Content update 22 is really going to fix things. And then Microsoft, with their service games, their basically service is fixing the broken game that they shipped. That's their service. It's like, oh, yeah, well, here's the game. It doesn't have the stuff that on day one, but we'll add stuff later on. This is just the beginning. That's Microsoft's service. They don't ship a full product and reiterate and add on to it. Instead, they ship you half-ass product and tell you they'll fix it over time. And then the final one, Josh Ayers with his 3rd super chat there. Thank you so much. Jay Thomas with the 10. He goes, this is why I hate about Microsoft. They spend an inconceivable more money, influence, and effect in poisoning the well of public discourse to try to actually improve themselves. Yeah, and that's funny, Jay, because it feels like we are not better because we want somebody to fail. And meanwhile, they try to capitalize off of that stuff because they're trying to look at them being better, spending their money, taking advantages, and then playing victim, spending billions of dollars, but then saying, well, we're still not good. Like, and now this year trying to say, oh, we're doing great. Like Sarah Bond going, we're doing great. Please. But I just thought that point, Frogs, I don't know, what did you think about him saying that those are the only 2 ways of growing the industry?
I'm going to be honest with you, in my personal opinion, I don't understand who this show was really for. I don't get it. Like, he came out there and he said things like that didn't make sense. Like, oh, this is going to be the only 4. And like I said before, I had said, if you think these are the only 4 games coming, you're freaking clueless.
Mm-hmm.
He did this for, fanboys and for freaking investors. These are not the only games coming. We know this. We know these aren't the only games coming. Anybody be a fool to think that more isn't coming.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not, and not only that, they're going to be bigger titles. This is one of those things that, the unfortunate thing is, if it sells, they win. If it don't sells, they still win because now they know, okay, well, we can't. It's just unfortunate for them. I think that Phil Spencer lies, and what I mean by that is, one sentence you're saying, who does it benefit that Helldivers isn't everywhere, but in the next sentence he's just all over the place. I don't really understand.
Even in this show, he's all over the place.
At this point, I don't see who believes what he says.
And I think a lot of people have pulled, have kind of seen through the Philness to say, luckily all the grinders here hit that like button. We've seen it for the last decade.
Yeah, I mean, but this is a position they are in partially from their own doing.
Oh, it's all their own doing. Yes.
And I mean, really all of it's self-inflicted. I don't trust anything he says. You can find They flip flop so much on their messaging as far as what direction they want to go, what they want their fans to expect. It's so much foolishness. You can't take it seriously.
Mr. Yellow Chair.
You can't do it.
No, you can't.
You can't. You got the.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead,
saying
Jay.
is you can't. This is all their own doing, and and what one of the things that I'll get to it when we get to the exclusive part, but just before we jump into the stuff that's going on Twitter, so hit that like button. We're going into the second part of the gaming grindhouse here, but what I want to do, the latter half, is that what they say at Sony, the latter stages of the thing. So the PS5 Pro and the Switch 2. So apparently, just wanted to throw this out there and see what you guys think. The PS5 Pro, supposedly Sony is going around showing specs to devs about this. There's some rumors going around that they're starting to show it to get people interested and to start developing and making games for it. And then that seems to be slated for the later half of this year. And there's rumors that they're going to plan to talk about this similar, like you can make sense of it, like August, obviously at the end of the summer, fall, start talking about the Pro. And then the Switch, apparently not coming this year, but maybe slated for March of next year, 2025, which will be like that's when the first Switch released on that one. But what do you think about that kind of cadence? If the Pro comes out this fall and then the Switch 2 comes out in the spring, I think that's going to, I think also too, just to add to that, what do you think about this whole console narrative where consoles are not really growing and all this other stuff? Like, I think they're going to be in it for a rude awakening when the Switch 2 comes out and GTA 6 drop and the PS5 is flying off the shelves when they say that the consoles are there. So what do you guys think about that cadence there?
Yeah, I was going to say, I can definitely, the PS5 Pro coming out, I don't know, I've seen some leak so-called specs. And I think it's for the enthusiast. It's for the person like me who's like, oh yeah, I would get it, but it's not really going to be for the average person who just wants to buy a PlayStation. They're just going to buy. It's just like the PS4 Pro.
Yeah,
most people will just buy a regular.
Exactly.
They'll capture maybe at the end of it, maybe 5 to 10% of the audience, who already have PlayStations, but most people aren't going to go buy it. So I don't think it's a problem if it comes out and it's later this year, and let's just say it's for all intents and purposes $4 or $5.99. I don't think it's a problem.
It ain't gonna be definitely ain't gonna be $4.99.
No, I think it's gonna be $5. I think it's gonna be $5.99. Yeah, I think it's $5.99.
Yeah, Switch is $400. Switch is gonna be $400.
And I think
$300.
I think the Switch is $3.99. Yeah. And so what I think about the PS5 Pro is, they really, kind of, and it's going to depend, but I think they're going to align themselves with GTA 6. GTA 6 is going to sell. That game is going to sell big numbers, big numbers. I think Sony has the marketing for it, so I think they push that hard.
Well,
hey, we got
where's the
PS4
Xbox
Pro
console when that comes out, right? Who the hell knows?
I don't know.
You're my
number
one customer.
Because from what the rumors are with the Xbox console, it's just a white Xbox Series X.
Yo, that does not look good. Do we have that?
It's diskless. And the thing is, from what they're leaking of specs, this PS5 Pro is significantly more powerful than the regular PS5. Like I said, as an enthusiast, I buy one because I'm like, I really want to get the best of what I can get. But now here's the other thing. We don't know if Microsoft this console is going to be more powerful. We don't know. Microsoft or Phil Spencer alluded to having a more powerful console coming. So
that's
maybe
a next generation console, though.
And that's what I think. That's the next gen. I don't think that's just
they're following what they did last
I don't even.
gen.
And with the Switch 2, right? After Breath of the Wild, whatever it was called, I didn't buy it. I just don't know at this point. I think maybe Nintendo, in my personal opinion, just doesn't have enough software that they want to be there day one. And I don't know what you could do with a Switch. Like how far could you really move with a Switch 2? Like how
a lot further.
Well, okay, power wise, yeah, but I just, in my eyes, like, am I gonna get one? Of course, but I think with when you have such a big user base, and you say, hey, this is second iteration of the system, As long as they market it well,
you think this thing on shelves? If there's a PS4 5 Pro coming out and a Switch 2, you think this freaking look at this thing? This Xbox,
you know how bad
look at this. That looks horrible. I hope that's not real.
You know how bad scalping is going to be with that. The Switch is going to be in high.
The Switch is going to be insane.
They're moving. The sales have started to
and the
taper off for
PS5 Pro, like with everything else, dude. Like it's just crazy.
Well,
like,
the PS5 Pro is not gonna. It's gonna be a niche device. It's not gonna.
It's gonna be niche. Yeah, it's gonna be real.
Yeah, it's not gonna be.
You can't even find that friggin' thing. They're selling it for $300.
No, but what I'm saying is that the PS5 Pro is gonna be for the enthusiasts.
Swagbag says this looks cool.
Specifically.
There you go.
This looks like a freaking sneaker.
But what I want to say about the Pro, I don't give a fuck about the Xbox.
Look at this thing.
That ain't even real. That's not even real.
That can't be real, dude. That is not real. That is not real.
So the
that is ugly. Friggin' albino.
I mean, nobody cares about all digital. Nobody cares about all digital Xbox. But as far as the PlayStation 5 Pro, the Switch is going to sell like gangbusters. When they put out a new Switch, it's going to sell.
Yes.
It's going to sell. Even at $399, people are going to purchase it. As far as the PS, and it's going to have some better hardware, obviously. But I'm more interested to see what they do on the PS5 Pro with this rumored AI upscaling and frame generation technology that they have. So not only are we getting some beefier hardware, there's going to be a proprietary upscaling technique that they're going to rumored to have in this PS5 Pro. That's going to help boost frame rates and resolutions and other things tremendously. So I think the Pro is still going to be a niche. It's not the average consumer is going to go to the retail store and just pick up a PS5, right? The enthusiasts, the early adopters that want the best of the best are going to go out there and get that Pro.
Yep.
Sony knows that they have an audience for it, but they're not expecting it to be, 2 to 1 or something. It's not going to be like that. They sold, I think I was hearing they sold about 15 to 18 million PS4 Pros last generation.
Right.
Not a big chunk when you look at it.
It was like 10%. It was 10% of the audience.
It was like a little more than 10%. I mean, it's but there's a market for it. There's people that want it, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to do very well. I think if they can, they're going to. Because see, the thing about it, Sony's going to showcase what you're going to be getting with that. They're going to show you the improvements you're going to be able to get. They're not just throwing out.
They're not just throwing out hardware and just saying play your old games better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because look at what people. One of the big criticisms is that where's that first party stuff? Like, dude, they shipped that thing with a Wolverine looking like Wolverine aligned with the PS4 Pro. Well, not this year, I guess, but like their games, they start showing some of the games from their first party using that. I don't like them holding on to those announcement stuff. Hopefully, they share some stuff soon. But look what they haven't announced yet. What their first party's been working on. And what better time to start talking about it or start showing some more stuff.
It's funny you said that because I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
I know.
They're going to wait to show some of their first party stuff.
Oh, wait. Here's our first party stuff coming to everything. And look at it running on a Pro.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
They're leveraging it,
just
dude.
has to,
it is what it is. They're leveraging it.
Because I think that's when Wolverine comes out. I think, Wolverine's next year. I think that's, they're going to wait.
Yeah.
When they want to show what they're going to show.
I don't think Wolverine is next year.
You think it's this year?
No.
I don't know. I don't know if it's next year. I don't know if it's next year.
You don't think it's 2026?
It could be. I don't know.
That far out.
Nah. Let me get this. We're talking about like just oh, damn, did I lose it? Yeah, hold on. I got to get back to who did I get? Oh, Cosmic Hero 270 with the 10. He goes, Jez, why is it when Xbox sucks and misleads everyone, they have to drag PlayStation and Nintendo into this mess? You made this mess. You clean it up. And then Jay Thomas with the 10. I don't know if I got this, or I think I got this right. This is why I actually hate about Microsoft. They spend increasingly more money, influence, and effort in poisoning the well and do that. Yeah, so why do they suck? Like, they built this bed.
Oh, no! And according to, I just want to ask you too, according to the Insomniac leaks, Wolverine is 2026, slated for 2026.
Oh, man, that's far out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're gonna have they're gonna have DLCs for Spider-Man. There's gonna be a Venom spinoff. Rumored Venom spinoff project was on that roadmap for 2025. So, yeah,
because
that game is still it ain't close to being done yet.
This is what I'm saying about these consoles, the mid-gen and the Switch too. I think underestimating what the influence of, first of all, GTA 6 is going to be to the console market, and maybe even for Xbox too, but definitely for PlayStation. And then the Switch too coming. That is a long time coming, dude. And they're going to have their library of games carry over. I'm assuming this will be like one of the. Will this be like one of the first times that they're going to have all their old games work on the new Switch? Or you think that they're not like their library? Isn't this one of the first times that Nintendo's having their library carry over?
They'd be psycho.
No,
they'd be psycho.
It's not. The game, the Wii was backwards compatible.
Okay, the Wii was.
Mm-hmm.
The Wii would
they'd be psychotic if it wasn't backward compatible.
Yeah, they have to make it backwards compatible, but it's like, how can they ship? They're going to ship Super. Then they can't ship all the old games updated again.
You know how bananas that would be.
Nah, Nintendo's not.
If they were like not backward compatible, that would hurt them so bad. I don't see it not being backward compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the GameCube to the Wii was backward compatible.
And you think it'll still take the
Wii to the Wii was
too?
backward compatible.
You think it takes those cartridges?
I was they'd be psycho to say
hell no. Jazz, are you crazy? You know how many physical games they have? The highest.
Yeah, but those things cost so much money for them, dude.
They make a shit ton of money on it.
They have to make it backward compatible physically.
You know, Nintendo, they'll pull out some bullshit where you pay a $30 accessory to attach to the new Switch to play your old Switch games.
They're not selling an all digital console and cutting.
You know, Nintendo,
you don't cut off your nose to spite your face.
Dude, Nintendo will be like, hey, you know what? We got the Switch back compatible.
They're not that dumb. They're not that dumb.
You know what?
They sell a shit.
USB-C card reader to play their games.
No, they wouldn't do that.
I definitely hear what you're saying, Jez, and I understand what you're saying, but dude, that would be psychotic.
It would be,
that would be so psychotic. That would actually,
digital.
Dude, that would be one of the most.
What about the Switch?
No,
digital with an SD card reader, and then they sell accessory to read your own Switch games.
No way. There's no way they could do that.
Hold on, frogs. Half of their sales from game sales is physical games. They're not going to cut. They're not going to do that. They're not. There's no way they're going to do that.
They could monetize the hell out of that thing by saying here's a attachment.
They would sell way less games because people are not going to buy.
Yes.
That's a bad. They're not doing that.
I don't know.
No, they won't.
Nintendo loves money.
It's not going to be all digital.
I see Nintendo selling some sort of. It's a me and Mario back compatible.
Let me tell you why that doesn't. First of all, Jazz, you know why that doesn't? Jazz, let me just educate you on how Switch games play. That doesn't even make any sense. First of all, your Switch, the partition, your storage partition, when you insert a cartridge, it don't install the game to the internal storage. So when you Switch, they're not going to even have. It's not going to be a 1 terabyte or something like that. It's probably going to be a small internal partition that you can download digital games to, and you can expand it. But Switch games actually run off the cartridges. The only thing it installs to the system is the day one patch, unless the cartridge doesn't contain the full game. But they're going to continue to sell. There's a high resale value with physical games.
Oh, there is
Switch.
totally. Yeah.
People collect them. They're not going to alienate their fan base like that.
Totally, dude.
That would really hurt them.
Well, we'll see what they do. It's Nintendo. I won't put anything past them, and they are the market.
I mean, I don't either, but damn, man, like you gotta have some nuts to do some shit like that. You gotta have some nuts.
Some gunyons on them. Yo, who knows, man?
You know the kahunas you gotta have when you to do some shit like that.
Hey, dude, they could be.
Dude, that would
backwards compatible.
Bananas.
Well, here's breaking news. In the world of.
Oh no.
Y esto me parece que es porque puede.
Wouldn't you guess that a year-old bug? No, actually, almost over a year-old bug was discovered when they put Pentiment on PlayStation, running at 120 frames on the PlayStation 5 and locked at 60 on the Xbox console. Wouldn't you get this in the world of we suck again? There you go. Once again, making the console players feel second class again, or last class, or whatever class they want to talk about. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on over at Microsoft?
Philness.
When did this happen?
It happened when Pentiment released. So Pentiment does run at 120 frames on PlayStation, and the Series X runs 60. And wait, you think that's bad? Listen, Grinders, you think that is bad? It gets worse than this. You want to know how this gets worse than this? They asked the developer, why is this happening? And he responded, I can't believe that this is what the guy said. Where is it? I had it. I had it. I lost it. Dude, where is it? I'm like, they asked the developer, hey, why is the PlayStation running this game at 120 frames and the Xbox is running it at 60, the most powerful console in the world? And this is what he said. It gets worse. Grinders, you ready? You ready? I gotta play this. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, 120 frames will be enabled for, he was responding to Kid Smooth. 120 frames will be enabled for Xbox in the next patch. It being disabled is just a bug.
What the fuck? I don't get that.
Oh, it's a bug now, huh? It was just discovered.
When did Pentiment come out, Link? When did Pentiment come out?
Like over a year. The game's been out over a year.
It came out the end of 2022.
Yeah.
How is this just a bug? I'm confused.
And nobody
It's not a
caught
bug.
it.
It's not a bug.
It's not a bug. It's not a bug. This, how are they so horrible? 2 left feet. Well, we're bringing our games to PlayStation, starting with Pentiment. Put Pentiment on PlayStation. It runs at 120 frames per second. The Xbox has been stuck at 60 since 2022. They asked the dev, Josh Sawyer, who made this passion project, what's going on? And he says it being disabled is just a bug.
A bug.
A bug
Jess.
for 2 years.
There's no way.
He says a patch is
Did you
coming.
see-
What you patching? You patching this game?
Hey, when they tweeted out the physical box art and physical game, being available now because it's coming to other platforms.
Yep.
Because it didn't have a physical
versions of
release.
these games.
Guess which platform? Guess which copy of the game is sitting in the very front?
PlayStation.
What's in the middle?
The Switch.
What's at the tail end?
We suck again.
The Xbox version.
They suck again, dude. They suck again, dude. They
man.
couldn't even get a
That
physical
sucks.
version. They couldn't even get a physical version for their own freaking platform. They had to wait to put it to the Switch and PlayStation. If that doesn't tell you where the
They
market
can't
is,
fucking win.
Listen, Jazz.
it's a bug. Don't worry about it. It's a bug. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a bug. Hey,
It's a bug.
I ran across I sent you some of your DM on Twitter.
It's a bug.
I just want you
for
to
2
look at it.
years.
I want you to look at this, Jazz.
All right, wait.
What I sent you.
All right, hold on. Look at this. So it's
This
a
kind of is
bug.
related to what we're talking about.
Pentiment, it's a bug. And look at this frame rate.
El juego tiene
I
algunas
just want to
caídas
show
de
this
FPS
before
y esto me
I go to the
parece
Link's
que es
thing. Like,
porque
look
puede
at the-
que en la PlayStation 5 los
Dude,
FPS
yo, shush.
estén desbloqueados.
I don't want to hear that guy. But look at
That's
the
wild,
frame
man.
rate
Like,
here. Watch. Look at
How
this.
is he claiming this is a bug?
This is a bug apparently that's been in the game since the end of 2022, coming in the next patch. Who the hell's patching this game in 2024? This game, Pentiment. This game. This game on the most powerful console in the world is sitting at 60 frames a second and 120 frames. Your own first party game. Where is the advantage? Like I don't even give a shit about this game and the frames. Who cares? Look at this game. Who cares about Pentiment? But the logic here of like, what the hell? How do they suck so bad? It's like they just started gaming last month. Like, yeah, we just put this console together. How do you have this? And nobody tested this out going, Phil, before you go on that shit show of a podcast, Pentiment is running better on the PS5 than the Xbox. We should make sure we have a patch out for when we release it so we don't get this, looking like we don't know what the hell we're doing over there. Where is the communication over there? How did they do this? And what are we going to do? Leave it like this and then hopefully nobody notices?
Piss poor management, man.
How does that get through? Phil Spencer supposedly is transparent.
Management.
He hears you. What's happening? What are we doing here? So wait, let me see what the link is. What did the link send me?
Look, I don't even care about this game at all, but I saw that somebody talked about this.
And I said, what game is this?
Check out which platform don't have a version.
What are these games? What is this game?
I don't know. I know what Link's talking about.
Listen.
Yeah, I know what Link's
look at the
talking
platforms.
Wait a second. We got what? Is that a friggin' Game Boy? A game?
Yes, you are correct, Jazz. So look, this game is available on every. This game is available on every platform except for Xbox. They thought it was more viable to release this game on Game Boy Color than to release it on the Xbox than to release it on the Xbox platform.
Holy shit, the Game Boy
This
Color
is how
is
you
sad.
know this is the sad state of affairs you have over the Xbox. That they think people would rather buy a Game Boy Color version of a game, a platform that's been dead for decades, than to release it on the Xbox.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, like, this
Game Boy Color. What the holy Oh God,
Jazz. I mean, what are we doing here, man?
What are we doing here, Aaron? Listen, you know, damn, I just explained myself. It's not even about the game at 120 frames. The fact that your company has gone incompetent to release this game and say it's a bug for over a year and a half and make this game at 120 frames on the competitor's console after they made a huge marketing push to put this on other competitors. That's the thing. How incompetent is your company, Aaron, doing this? Explain to me how the hell, if you love Phil's balls so much and you love it so much and you get all excited when he goes this. Oh, man, here you go, Aaron. Here it is. Next time you're goggling them, take them out of your mouth and go tell Phil. Please make sure you ship something of quality because I'm tired of capping for you on all these podcasts. Please.
A platform that's Jazz, a platform that's been dead since 2003.
Have you ever been swallowed up?
Take him out of your mouth and look up at his face and his glowing eyes as he looks down at you and tell him, Phil, please stop doing this to me. I can't keep up anymore.
Jazz, listen. The Game Boy Color's been dead since 2000. It was discontinued in 2003. We're talking 21 years ago. And they're releasing the game on this platform, but not on the Xbox.
I can't believe there's a color. I haven't seen one of those boxes in a whole long time.
You can't make this shit up, man.
I told you, they can't. They can't. Like,
is it really that bad when nobody's buying games?
Oh man.
There's no one that's willing to buy a game over there?
I don't know.
I mean,
Aaron said he got it for free, but Aaron, you didn't realize that you didn't have the 120 frames for a year and a half? What happened?
Aaron said he got it for free.
He said he got it for free. Did you just not see the 120 frames? You just missed that part? Because I remember everybody talking about how you're going to feel these games. You're going to feel these games. It's all about frame rates and feeling. Well, you're feeling.
He got it for free on his free subscription.
Yeah, that just went up in price for Pentiment. Good job.
He says, "Please, Phil, stop giving me free bangers."
Oh shit! Yeah, he's giving them. He's freaking bangers.
What you watching, little bro? Caught you in
He's getting
20 games.
banged on.
1200 FPS, Super
Yeah, he's
Nintendo,
getting
iOS
banged.
49, Blu-ray, ultraviolet radiation, 1080p, PlayStation 5.
He getting banged with no lube. That's what's going on. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Sure is.
Oh shit!
Exactly. That's
Phil,
that's
explain yourself. Phil, what about these exclusives?
Okay, so maybe still exclusive though. The game is available on so many different places where people can go.
Phil can't say that word. He can't say the word exclusive anymore. Talking about that stuff. Jesus, I tell you. Goo goo gaga, my God. And that's the thing. Like, you know, and another thing before, just to talk about these games and stuff. Here's another pause. Exactly. It says pause. Another thing.
That's just sad, man.
But listen, another thing is that this whole mind share of the console. Like, do you realize that if it's not about the console and putting your games on other platforms, your console market share will be going down further and faster because now those games will be being put on other devices. If they let this console market with Xbox just implode on itself, you're going to see more of games just skipping the entire platform because Microsoft loses all leverage from third party to put games on the platform. And I think that's one of the protecting things. I really don't think it's so much for the fans. I think it's more of like they cannot lose. They got to try to convince developers that Microsoft means everywhere, and developers are not buying it. They see that console market lineup, and they've tried so hard to be like, well, Xbox is PC and phones and your friends and my Samsung TVs, and developers aren't buying it. The mind share is there. You see the 3 consoles lined up, and they want so bad to have the developers just see their bullshit the way it is, because that's going to happen. Is that kind of stuff where platforms will just skip. And, developers are just going to be like, well, Xbox, that thing is it's not worth it for me to put it there first. I'm not going to put it there at all. Let me put it on PlayStation, PC, and Switch and call it a day. And Xbox, you don't get the games. So that's where I think the fear should come in for Xbox fans in saying like, hey, yes, to Phil and friends, it's not about the console anymore. But if this goes the way it's going to go over the next few years, that console market in Xbox is going to be so shrunken in on itself, it may not get the support that it fought so hard to get when it launched over 20 years ago.
You think that, okay, so obviously this console is selling worse than the Xbox One, right?
Yeah.
Which was a terrible generation.
Did I have that chart? Good.
So do you think the next console they have is going to sell better than this one? Being that they're putting their games on competing direct competitors platforms.
Yeah, and that's the difference. This is not putting their games on PC, dude. This is putting their competition directly. This is like Honda going to put its features on Nissan, like right on the same model, like right there. Like this is not going to a new market. This is not putting your games on a phone. This is not putting your games on a PC. This is putting a game on an adjacent device that is direct in competition with you, whether you like it or not. It's the blue, the green, the red. Right in every store, every interface, you got the blue, the green, the red right next to each other, and the green is giving their games to the blue and the red. So that's the way it is. And whether he wants to redefine Webster's dictionary or not, they are direct competitors with you. And now you're taking your games that were only on your platforms where you existed, and now you're putting them directly on there, and you're making a big statement about it. And you're not just shipping one game over there because it's good. You're putting a lot over there, and you're just starting real quick too. Nonetheless, this wasn't like they had these games ready to go by the end of last year. Like these games, they don't just say Phil has the podcast a week ago, and then all of a sudden they just develop these games in 1 month, 1 week.
Jazz, that's not true, right?
No way, dude.
We've seen evidence of what?
Yeah. Since when? With November and December they made this at the end of last year.
End of 2023 or 2022?
23 they were.
No, they didn't make this decision at the end of 2023.
No.
To put their games on other platforms?
Yeah. That's how these games got ported over now.
Sea of Thieves started getting ported in January 2023.
Really? What was that?
Yeah, you ever seen that?
Oh, with the Lucid Games saying they're supporting it in January 2023?
These ports are not made in a month. You can't make a port in 2 months.
Lucid Games excited to announce that we're working with Rare and that was January 18th, 2023. Damn. Those are, and guys, why nobody had a problem? These are the infamous people for Destruction All Stars. There they are. Enjoy them, Rare. And then here it is again. When was this? February of this year. Lucid Games, we're thrilled to announce that we helped Rare bring Sea of Thieves to PlayStation 5. The team at Lucid is proud to continue. So, Link, yeah, you're right. They started porting this game in January of last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Lucid Games came on. They said they helped Rare bringing this game to the PS5.
You are correct, sir.
But it's only 4 games, SSJ. That's right.
Nah, this has been in the works.
Nah, man.
So
thank
this
you,
wasn't
Oliver
a knee-jerk
Daco, for that
reaction.
one. Shout out to the grinder, Oliver Daco, for sharing those screenshots.
Yeah, It wasn't a knee-jerk reaction that just happened, and 2 months ago they just started. No, these games, no, they started porting this stuff early last year, which means this was in the works.
Yeah. Here's the thing that Link was talking about, how Pentiment, they got the Xbox version in the back. Pentiment. what a damn.
Yep.
What a and then seeing Sea of Thieves on a friggin' like Sea of Thieves changed their account. They changed their account like at PlayStation they did. They did where else? All this stuff, dude. This is pretty wild. And then you see it on the Microsoft folks some folks are surprised that Xbox games on PS5 are published by Microsoft Corporation or Bethesda with no mention of Xbox. If you were expecting Xbox Game Pass Studio splash screen when you launch Pentiment, you'll also be disappointed on the PS5. And Frogs, we said this, right? When you do crossplay, they don't have the Xbox logo on there. They got like a box. They don't have they don't let that.
Nada.
Yeah.
Nah.
And then Tom Warren.
And you know what? I don't mind that. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me
but
at
I'm
all.
just saying, like, they're just not allowed that branding. So, like, my thing is like, how did that happen? What Phil says, well, then you're gonna want an Xbox, or you're gonna know about Xbox by us putting that stuff there. There's no branding.
He's a liar.
He is a liar.
He's a liar. Don't listen to anything this man says. He lies about everything.
Dude, he is the ultimate.
Everything Phil Spencer says, he lies.
Sign me, please, I will
Get him, Frog. I got the music for you. For your rant.
We all play the make exclusive games and like to my face, thank you, Phil.
All right, get Frog. Rant time. Get him. Get him, Frog.
What I was gonna say is, I don't. In their state that they're in now, I understand why they would want to bring their games multi-platform. It makes sense. I don't get why he's lying to the fan base, telling them it's only 4 games.
Dragging them, man.
When we're gonna see this time after time, and then here's the other thing, and I don't think people think about this. So like I said before, if the games do well, it's a win for them. If they don't do well, then it's like, oh shit, like, we're creating games for the Series S anyway, so we can see why these games might not do well. I just think at this point, the people that see this happening, their response to this is, well, you see PlayStation's bringing games to PC day and date, and guess what? And I said this before, PlayStation is going to do a case-by-case scenario. Helldivers makes sense because there's a big multiplayer component.
What did he say, Frog?
Exactly.
The PlayStation is still the center of our business strategy.
Oh,
he also said in that interview, he also said that they're not going to do anything to damage the PlayStation console or that brand.
I got him right here. Hiroki-ness, get over here. Totoki-ness, where are you?
PlayStation will remain our core. While PlayStation will remain our core product, we will expand our gaming experiences to PC, mobile, and cloud.
Boom. Mic drop.
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talk.
That's what he said. And I said this before. He not going to put his games. Why would he say, oh, look at that 25 million Xbox people that are waiting for Game Pass subscription? Why would he invest time in putting a game over to them when they see every month that games are not selling? Not even their Starfield went from all the way up top to crashed. And that was mostly on Steam. Like, who, like, what is that? Like, what are you talking about? That's Yoshida. That's Yoshida.
That's the rumor they're running around talking about that. What the
no more
PlayStation
Totoki.
about to start putting their games on
Hiroki
Xbox.
Totoki, who this is? He said PlayStation.
Yeah, they're putting
yes,
they're putting all their games on Xbox. That's what they're running with now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. and this is another thing. Let me tell you something. And how that listen. And I've said this before. If Sony goes and puts every one of their games day and date everywhere, Xbox still loses because now you get to see quality next to their bullshit. See, that's what you don't understand.
Yep.
You don't win if Sony puts their games on Xbox. All that does is point out all the horrible, it shows quality in a cesspool of games that have not delivered. It there shows the dichotomy of quality versus what they've been delivering you. And that's the problem. You don't win. Yeah. Just like, look, Microsoft has put Halo Infinite on PC. W's, right? W's. No, look at what happened. Helldivers 2 goes on PC, and look, boom, it beat all the numbers of all those trash ass Xbox games that went on PC. They just came by and did it better. Sony puts their games other places. It shows how bad the Xbox games are, and there's more competition out there. So there you go. They don't win.
I don't know Jazz as a prominent Xbox YouTuber, and that works for IGN. That's been running around.
Oh, dude, I got him.
Oh shit! Oh,
man,
he's talking about.
Get ready, grinders. Get ready,
Mr. Legary himself.
Yo, here he comes. Head bozo. Here he comes.
Mr. Girly Mouth himself.
Here he goes.
Look,
somebody buy this man Death Stranding 2.
Look historically.
Death Stranding. Go ahead.
PlayStation has also brought a lot of.
No way. I don't listen to it.
Or
wait, he's going on. Let's hear him say it.
And they came to Xbox shortly after they released. Some of the games I have I've written down just for my memory because it's so bad. Death Stranding. Look historically.
He's been running around going, Death Stranding is on Xbox.
Bethesda games should be Xbox exclusive, period. That's right. I said it, and I'm kind of tired of this even being a debate because, frankly, I think it's a little insane to think any company would spend $7.5 billion and still want their games to go on other platforms. So if you have a PlayStation 5 and you think Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Starfield, Doom, Wolfenstein, if you're still holding on to that hope, I would recommend that you don't. And the fact that Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, and Grounded are going to other platforms, two of those games, Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush, several years after their release, shouldn't indicate to anybody that Xbox is going to like melt down. I don't need the headset on, I guess. It's no secret that I'm an Xbox fan. I really think what they've done is pro-consumer.
Listen. When he was doing this, there's no debate. This exclusive shit. First off, look how his room has changed since 2021. Watch how his room has changed. Get ready. Here we go, grinders. Get ready. In 2021, he had his Bethesda fan. He had his Destiny. He had Starfield up here. He had the picture of him and Phil and married. And then let's see what happens in 2024. Look at this. 2024. What is this? He has God of War, the Mjolnir here. He has a PlayStation 5 standing next to his Xbox. With PlayStation 5 is over here now. Look at he evolved. He's like, look, there was an Xbox over here. Or maybe this is the refrigerator. He evolved. Look at this. He's like, yeah. Let's multi-plat this room up a little bit now. Let's get that PlayStation here. I play on everything. Here it comes. He's a neutral now. He plays on everything. He evolved. Yeah, all big chest puff out. Grinders, you follow me over here. Let's talk about that bullshit. Let's go. We got some topics to talk about now. The Xbox tweets, the exclusives. Oh, man. I better get another drink of water because we're going to get this. So here comes Gaming Grinders. You heard how puffing their chest and all excited. And he's popping out that chest and all this. And here comes the Grindhouse tweet. I didn't see that exclusives are not good when Microsoft announced Redfall, Starfield were exclusive to Xbox. When he was out there going, it's no debate. I don't want to hear anything. Were they crying in the chat going, but Destin, games everywhere. What do you mean, Destin? What do you mean? It's about
gaming.
Gaming for everyone. Why are we celebrating that these games are not going to be exclusive? You don't go spend $80 billion to put these games everywhere. That that's not right. Oh, no, he was like, and not only him, but look at the media. Aaron Greenberg. Starfield will be launching exclusively on Series X and S, PC, November 11th. Game Pass members can play it day one. I know we've said this before, and none of it has or will change. Say from your chest, Aaron, or from your stomach. Aaron Greenberg continues. He goes, we have tried to be as clear as possible. It is not a timed exclusive. This is simply where the game is being made. Man.
Gaming.
Wow. Say it from the Xbox refrigerator, please. I didn't see anybody. PlayStation gamers were, and remember, here's the Grindhouse tweet. Just to follow us up. Exclusivity. Say it from your chest. When it was Starfield, when all people wanted it, quote, before it released, when people thought it was going to be good, before it released, when people were like, oh, let's have it here. The media went hard to tell you it's not coming to your platform of choice. Gamers were like, but maybe timed exclusive, Aaron Greenberg? He's like, no. Oh, really? All that energy on to say no. Wait, he wasn't done. Here comes Phil Spencer going, excuse me, you try to catch me in some Philness. Phil Spencer, head honcho, says that Starfield will happen with Call of Duty. Is it the same thing, Phil? And Phil's like, quote, I don't think I ever said that Starfield was not going to be an exclusive to Xbox. I think what I said was we're going to put it on a case-by-case basis. I said we're not going to pull games from other platforms, so we'll continue to support the community of games. You see the Philness there? He said we're not going to pull games that are on other platforms. He didn't say we're not going to stop games from being made for those other platforms. Right, Phil? Uh-huh. Exactly. Yeah, see how the Philness works there? We're not going to pull games away, but we are going to go tell them to stop making the PlayStation versions. That's what he did do. Then, we're going to continue. Say it from your chest, Jeff Grubb. Mankind. Here he comes. According to Jeff Grubb, GamesBeat, Grubb has on record. Cool. He says, Starfield is exclusive to Xbox and PC, period. This is me confirming that. Oh. Get him, Grindhounds! Where were all the Kumbaya Marshmallow sons of bitches? PS5 players were asking, where's Starfield? Do we get it? Phil, what happens? Do we get it? And the media and everybody went hard to tell you, nah, dude, this is exclusive. Suck on it. Really? Are the same people that going, well, the industry right now, you got to put your games everywhere, Sony. Consoles are not really doing too well, and you gotta be open-minded and put your games everywhere. Everybody needs to play. We all win. We all grab ass. We all do. Get the fuck, like, really? Because you went real hard on that, and then on top of that, let me explain to you. Actually, not me. Let Mr. Todd Howard, Uber driver extraordinaire, explain to you. Over 570 people in here, hit that like button, please. Let Todd Howard explain to you why exclusives matter. Don't take my word for it. Take Mr. Uber driver extraordinaire, who drives Phil to all his events. He goes here. Here's the little pre-thing. I think the PlayStation 5 is just an insane machine, says Todd Howard, Uber driver. They have done a great job, and we had great success on PlayStation, he said. But now, he tells you why exclusives matter. From a development side, I like the ability to focus. So our ability to focus and say, and have help from them, the top engineers at Xbox, to say, we're going to make this look incredible on a new system, is, from my standpoint, it's just awesome.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and
So exclusives, that's the benefit of exclusives. Focus and support from the first party. Interesting. And considering, I don't know, dude, who the hell did they send over there to Todd Howard and nobody gave him a tap on the shoulder and said, dude, load screens, fix them, let's go.
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic.
Really? There you go. They sent over incredible engineers and made his game look incredible. Focus. Aaron, you said exclusives. What benefit do they have? Here he is, gospel praiser Todd Howard, Uber driver extraordinaire, telling you, Aaron, why exclusives are great. There you go. He's telling you right there. There it is. Frogs Link, what do you think about this whole exclusive change of heart yet again? When they were shouting from the rooftops, make it on Xbox exclusives for the last 2 years while they were out spending billions of dollars.
It's almost, clearly it's a flip-flop, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you got the talking heads out here parroting these talking points because their opinions tend to morph with whatever Microsoft is doing. So whatever Microsoft has going on, that's what they go with. You got people like Matt Piscatella putting out dumb tweets talking about
I got that one there.
Exclusive about exclusives and how that's not good for consumers or some shit. Whatever he said, it's like, do people have their own opinions or do they just have to toe whatever company line Microsoft is pushing? It goes
That's
from
exactly
exclusive
what it is,
good. We bought these companies for exclusive games, but now exclusives are bad again. So exclusives were bad, then they weren't bad, now they're bad again. And it's like, it's silly. It's ridiculous.
They have no
honestly.
direction, dude.
I don't know why anybody listens to anything Phil Spencer says anymore at this point, or anybody from the Xbox team. They are lying to your face. They've been doing it for over a decade. From coming with the Xbox One, they told you this is how it's going to be. Then they reverse it. Then they said this is going to be like that. This is a typical Microsoft company thing. They'll give you something and reverse something because they know they can't win at it, or they know it's just not working for them. They've been doing this for the last decade, and I don't understand how fanboy. And that's what pisses them off about fanboys. That's why I put that tweet up there. Phil Spencer's been putting dog shit in your mouth, and you've been letting him put dog shit in your mouth because, for the simple fact of the matter is, he's sitting there telling you what he's going to do to you, and then he'll backpedal and say, "But we're only putting 4 games here. It's only 4 games." And then when it's 8, and then when it's 10, and then when it's your Halo and it's your Gears, you're going to be sitting there saying, Phil Spencer, but you only said 4. Or you'll change your tune and say, well, Phil knows what he's doing. Why do you continue to support this bum-ass company? It's not about fanboying. It's about they make really bad decisions. There was a point that a lot of people who play on PlayStation now liked Xbox 360, but with all their bad press, all their bad PR, all their bad takes with Xbox One, and the console just not having things we wanted on it, they moved to PlayStation. You're never going to get those fans back by lying to them. You're never going to get those fans back by thinking they're going to be in a service that you're going to reach 130 million by 2026, 2027. It's never going to happen. Your growth is not there. You're going to get beat every cycle. It's not about console war. It's not a war. There's no war for them to even try to compete in. There's no war.
Just make great games.
Right now,
shit about who's
right now at this point, they're not fighting a war. They're just sitting there and they've become allies, and they're like, we're gonna give support, we're gonna give weapons to PlayStation 2, and we're gonna give weapons to Nintendo because they can't compete in this war. They're done. They're done. They've been done for over 10 years, and as sooner that people, which I won't name and give them credit for, as soon as these people realize and stop podcast about, and at the end of the day, if you podcast about the good games that Microsoft has, it may be some difference, but the problem is they don't have anything good. Everything they've shown us over the last I would say 5 years has been straight dog shit. Over the last 5 years, everything they've shown us has been either dog shit or dog shit or mediocre. Like very average, a 7 or below,
and
a 7 or below. So
and overhyped.
So Phil Spencer was right. He knows his games are going to score 7 or below. He knows this. He's telling you to your face, hey, our games are going to score between a 7 and below. They're not getting freaking. And then if they do get that 8 or that, it's something like a Hi-Fi Rush where it's not a big title. It's like one of those side projects. And now they'd be stupid to say, hey, this game is only going to stay here. You would be stupid because guess what? Hi-Fi Rush didn't make his money back. It didn't sell well. It didn't matter the fact that it was a good quality game because you got it in Game Pass. People just like screw it. For you to make comments like, hey, even if you beat the games you really love, we're going to get to that, Jez. But I'm just saying, some of the comments that are being made from Xbox's Twitters and from Phil Spencer's, they constantly lie. They constantly lie. They've taken their fan base and said, you don't have to buy games. You don't even have to beat games. You don't even have to beat games. That's sad.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that Xbox tweet. But yeah, I want to Link alluded to this before. Matt Pescatello, who runs this guy who runs Circadia or the MPD, so he sees all the sales. All right, so just put this in perspective. This guy, he runs all the MPDs, Circadia. He has all the insight to what sells and what's doing and marketing trends and all this other stuff. Does a tweet like this, and this is crazy. Sunday hot take. One of the most masterful things the console manufacturers have done over the past 50 years is somehow convincing a part of the most dedicated audience that somehow exclusives are a benefit to them. For Circania, right? Okay? So he says this and gets a lot of smoke about it. Now, he was like, oh, okay, and he gets a lot of smoke. So now this is where this thing comes in problem. So we go down here, and then you have Take Him goes disagree. Nintendo saved the industry with NES and its high quality exclusives. We don't get specifically crafted whatever it takes bangers like Last of Us and Legend of Zelda without console exclusives. And then he responds, of course, exclusives have been great for the companies making them. LOL, and I never said exclusives are bad. And the nature of their exclusivity isn't what makes the games you mentioned great. These are amazing games that happened to be exclusive. What? You think that these games are great just because,
in that comment.
Like,
Thank
you
you,
think
Jazz.
these games
I'm sorry,
are
thank you,
delusional
Link.
because
It's
they're
delusional.
exclusive?
Yes, thank you, Link.
We just showed Todd Howard just said how focused development allows them to create the stuff. Developers have focused development, but my thing is that why this is all engagement farming. This is just like, why would you even bring up, and the way you put it out there, how they somehow convinced or they convinced a dedicated audience that somehow exclusives are a benefit to them. Just to say, I never said exclusives are bad. Like, what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of such conversation? That's why Twitter's a shithole.
Hey, look, Jez.
It's
so I
just
guess
stupid. It makes no sense.
If Insomniac was developing the Spider-Man for the Switch, I guess we'd all have had a great experience, right?
The
dude just make.
I got you even better with this. This guy, that's why I said where it's coming from. He sees what sells. He sees the NPDs every friggin' month, runs it out there. That's the reason why he even gets followed, because he puts those reports out there. You see from the sales charts what sells. You see when an exclusive, how those exclusives have legs. When you see Nintendo, top selling of Nintendo games, top selling of PlayStation games, you see exclusives drive the console performance. So when your console sells high, you got exclusives that people are buying, the attachment rate. You see all that stuff. So how can you say that they are convincing us that exclusives are somehow benefiting us? Dude, the reason why you choose your console is because of the games that could be played there. If you could play the same game on everything, then why the hell would you even pick what? Like, and what other industry is this a question? Why is there just one set of headphones? Why do I have to have tons of headphones? Why can't I just have one headphone? They're the same. Why can't I have one Samsung screen? Samsung makes screens for Apple. Like, why is there one phone?
Consumers don't benefit by
it makes
this,
no
though, right?
fucking sense.
Consumers do benefit with exclusivity in gaming because when you're making a game for one specific set of hardware, right?
You're my number one customer.
If I'm telling you, if developers had to develop every game for every platform, these games wouldn't be special.
Oh my God. And know what else, Link? I'm gonna add here goes my rants on this shit here. Another thing with exclusive. You know what's funny is this whole talk about exclusives don't matter. What were they saying the future's gonna be? Content wars. Exclusives will hold even more prioritization. You hear the Philness in his interview, right? He says, I see a future where there's no game exclusive being made for a specific hardware. He says hardware because I'm telling you right now, exclusivity is more important because when you have an Xbox store, a PlayStation store, a Nintendo store, and hardware is not in the picture, exclusivity is going to be a driver between what subscription you subscribe to. So building your exclusivity now is going to be in the future because that is the stuff that you decide on the content wars of what happens. So if you want to establish a brand recognition, you do it now for when you in the future may not have a console, which I think is going to be end for Xbox, but PlayStation and Nintendo can continue going to make it. But content wars, this is where you do your brand identity. If you put your game out everywhere day one, you have no brand identity. Now, when you go to content wars in the future, nobody gives a shit about you because your games are everywhere. You never identified with a game. You ask people what games they play. They talk about the Mario Brothers, the Gears, the Halos. Oh, I know they're playing Call of Duties and shit, but the games that stand out are the games that they only could play in that generation on that device. And one other thing, Link, before you jump in, these PC guys talking about games everywhere. They want to see the console.
Oh, man, they're fickle.
They want to see the console world.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
They want to see the console world just demolished so that they get all the games. I heard it
today.
You know, but I don't hear a PC guy going, I'm going to tell you this. Where's my Counter-Strike? Where's my League of Legends on console? Counter-Strike's been out for decades. Where is that? The console port for Counter-Strike.
I heard this
Why is
morning
League of Legends not on console? What's the reason?
Hold on, Jay. Let me just tell you. I heard this in a Twitter space this morning from a YouTuber.
Explain to me.
That consoles are going away. And this is we may get one more generation. That's it. And then everybody's going to PC.
But let me ask you,
everybody's just going to build a PC.
But Link, can I ask you something? What happens when these consoles go away and now Microsoft opens up the Microsoft storefront and the PlayStation opens up their storefront? Those PC guys are going to be happy about that? Because you think they're just going to want to put everything in Steam and give Steam a cut? When they abandon the console, they're going to create the PlayStation storefront. And if it's treated like the Epic storefront, you know that they're not going to budge. So tell me about that world. Because why would you want to stop selling a console? Listen, if you make cupcakes, goddamn cupcakes, and you make them and sell them at your store, you sell and you get back everything that you made. Why would you open up a store, make cupcakes, and then go bring them down to all the other bakeries in the neighborhood and have them sell your cupcakes, and you got to give every single one of those bakeries a cut? How much traffic and stuff and money you think is going to come through your store when your cupcakes are everywhere at every bakery, and then at every bakery that you sell a cupcake, you got to give them 30% of your sales? Tell me how that business works, because that's the business they want these guys to do. They just want them to stop making what they're investing and getting it back, and instead put their shit everywhere and have to give a cut to everybody when they're making their money back on what they're get that full thing back. Get it, Link.
When a game actually releases on PC and it's not buggy or broken or have issues, that's an accomplishment, because lately when games do come to PC, they usually have issues, right?
It's a bad port. It's not their PC though. The PC's fine. It's not their PC.
What I'm saying is,
blame it on the devs.
Well,
that's what they do.
Why doesn't Netflix just throw all their content on Disney Plus?
Well, that's a perfect example. Like,
why don't,
exactly,
dude?
I
Look
mean,
at what
why
they're
doesn't
doing. Link, look how they're leveraging all the live sports games. Now Paramount Plus and Peacock, the cock is gonna. They're thinking about coming together because they're fighting because Warner Brothers and HBO and they're doing all their live sports. Now they're fighting over who's going to do sports.
What's happened to all these services? Right, they've stagnated. Right,
exactly.
Services as a whole,
and now they're
monthly
fighting
services
for
have stagnated. Not just gaming, streaming services. Oh, Disney is about to do a full shift away from Disney Plus. Their CEO has announced.
But what I'm saying is like it's content wars. So if exclusives don't matter, then what is the purpose of this future of content? Because content exclusivity is going to be even more important because now you're not going to have a $500, but you're not going to have a $500 piece of hardware to buy. Now it's going to be a simple click to subscribe. So.
But yes,
you need the content.
Consumers are really. How many consumers are willing to go out and buy a gaming PC or build one? There's a lot of people on, but there's a lot of console gamers that don't want to deal with that.
But Link,
they don't.
PC gaming and console gaming can coexist. I do not understand why one has to consume the other.
They're saying
for decades.
They're saying that PC gaming is going to overtake console gaming. They're not going to be any consoles. Everybody's just going to be on PC.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's stupid to think that. Whoever thinks that is stupid.
I've been hearing it.
Not everybody wants to play on a computer monitor, and nobody wants a fucking tower sitting in their living room with RPG lights
all
on their
games
TV.
are coming to play. All games are coming to PC day and date now because of Helldivers. Helldivers did well for what it did, but
it's
Sony's
a service
smart.
game, right?
Right, and that's why it makes sense.
Case by case basis with
porting
games to PC. But right now, day and date is with the single player game. Day and date is not. They're not there yet.
Well, the thing is that I'm telling, like, I feel like, hey, PC is great. I have like 3 gaming PCs. I got a 4070, a 4060 laptop, a 4070 desktop. I got the Legion Go. I got all fucking PCs out the wazoo, and I could game on that shit. But I prefer the console. And I have my PC for doing the gaming when I want to game on PC, but it's a different experience, and that's what it is. And people could have their preferences, but the thing is like exclusivity matters. Like you look at Half-Life Alyx, and that is like PC has their exclusives. Nobody talks about where those games are on console. Everybody wants it to be a one-way trip. Like what about Half-Life Alyx going to the PSVR 2 or getting port to a Meta Quest or what about what about these games on Counter-Strikes that's been there forever and League of Legends and all that sort of stuff? More people to play, right? I don't understand. There's exclusives on PC as well, and then Epic Store has their shit nobody likes anyway. So just get your free games from there. But this whole exclusivity and the console, Nintendo lives off of that stuff. And if Nintendo is having success doing what it does and Sony is leveraging their exclusives in a certain way, and they don't need to go day and date. See, what you got to realize is that Microsoft is doing this because they suck. And they built this world that they live in. They have no choice.
They were looking outside. They didn't have a choice to go outside their box to try to get some sales, right? They didn't have a choice.
They have no choice because if it really was about putting their games everywhere, then they would have done this for Switch and Nintendo when they started putting their games on Steam. When they started putting their games on Steam, they would have said, guess what? It's out of our Xbox ecosystem. It's out of the Windows 10 store. We're now giving cuts to Steam. It's going to Steam, PlayStation, and Switch. Third party, here we come. But that never was the issue. Same thing when they bought Activision Blizzard. The words out of Phil's mouth weren't, we're here to put Call of Duty on the Switch. Southern Bitch didn't want to do that. And they gave Jim Ryan 3 years. It wasn't until the regulatory agencies grilled the shit out of them that then they said, okay, well, we're putting it on the Switch. Look at us. We're good now. But the initial decisions made by Microsoft was to exclusively spend Sony out of business. That's what they wanted to do. And it was about exclusivity and ownership of IP that were trying to snuff Sony out. Microsoft had to do this. So Microsoft putting their games now on PlayStation is not an act of goodwill. It's an act of desperation because they are not making shit on their platform
Well,
because they built a garden of people that don't buy games, and they put games on other devices that people don't give a shit about those games. So now they're sitting with all these games and have nowhere to go with them. Yeah,
the other thing too, Jez, is a lot, and this is what I keep saying, a lot of people that play on PC and they're talking about this, they were Xbox guys.
Well,
They
some
were
are converted,
previous
yeah.
Xbox guys. Most of the people who are just primarily on PC
Listen.
now, they
They
Let
were.
me tell you, I've
They were
seen this for the
frauds, you're
last
right.
10 years. They were Xbox guys, because guess what those guys did? They constantly streamed Gears of War 4, Gears 5 multiplayer. I don't want to call people's names out, but most of these people who have these conversations where they talk about their PC this, their PC that, they are Xbox guys. They never
Listen,
cared about
hey,
PlayStation or
Frogs.
Nintendo. And they will go and steal Nintendo games. They will freaking talk shit about Sony, and they'll say they're neutral because they play on PC, but they're Xbox guys. They're
Yeah,
Xbox
listen.
guys.
On Twitter, I interact with
I see it.
in these
I
Twitter,
see
Twitter
it.
spaces,
Dylan
right?
got him. He got him.
In
Yes,
this-
I see it.
Look, in these Twitter spaces, there are a lot of Xbox fans that come
A
in there.
lot.
And we talk about whatever, right? Did you know majority of these guys that claim to be Xbox guys don't even own the console? They play on PC.
They play on
I was
PC.
listening.
Yep.
Man.
They
Most
play
of,
on
listen,
PC.
I'm going to say more than half of them that come in there fighting want a console war don't even own an Xbox.
Nope.
But they claim to be Xbox guys, right?
Mm-mm.
And
don't get
then, I mean,
It's ludicrous.
you
man.
won't even support the platform, right? You don't support it. You don't even play on it, right? So they just are disgruntled Xbox guys that want all these exclusive games to go to PC. And I was listening to a podcast with is it NX Gamer and dang it, whose podcast was it? I can't remember. But anyway, he was on someone else's show. And he said something that was, I think it was Moore's Law is Dead, but he said something that was really, really interesting. He said he believes the day Microsoft started putting their games, all of their games, day and date on PC, they chopped their install base in half.
Yeah.
In half when they started doing that.
They try, but see, they didn't just put their games on PC. They tried to move their entire Xbox ecosystem, chat, achievements, everything on
to
PC. So they try to they basically built the transition. They basically built the bridge for you to go to PC. Like, it was easy. I even bought it. I never even considered getting a PC until Phil Spencer was like, we're putting our games on PC day and date, and you could play them in 4K. And I was like, shit, let me go get a PC now. Let me go play them in 4K a year before the X comes out. And I played all their games better before their console came out.
You don't play on Xbox, right? If you play their games,
I play on
PC, right?
I use a PC
right?
for them,
when you buy a non-Microsoft first-party studio game from Steam, how much money does Microsoft get from that?
They get a non-first-party game. They get nothing.
Zero, right?
They get nothing.
Steam is its own platform. Microsoft's putting their games there. They don't own that platform, right? You're playing it on Windows, is what they want to tell you.
And that's right.
Windows
Jim D
is
says
an
it
open
right there. They instantly devalue the box because the message
devalued.
It wasn't that they were putting their games on PC to, like how Sony's doing, like, oh, here's a game, you'll like it. No, they basically built the bridge and said, guys, PC is Xbox, Xbox is PC. They even said you buy the game on Xbox, you get it on PC. Like,
But the problem is with that, Jazz, they tried
you
the
there.
Windows storefront and it was trash.
I know. They sent you to their Windows 10
They
store.
tried with when it was trash.
Sony's not sending you to PC.
They
just putting
they weren't doing
something.
Jazz, they weren't doing Steam at first, were they?
No, they
it was
weren't.
a Windows store, right?
They weren't.
No, they
right?
weren't.
They
But
were
you know,
not.
these Steam,
Yeah.
listen,
And then
these
also,
Steam
SSJ
users,
says Gears Tactics went to PC a year before it came out to Xbox. Same thing with
Yeah,
Flight Simulator.
yeah.
They had PC exclusives.
And these these PC guys are very loyal to the Steam.
Yeah, well, they won't get a game in Epic Store. They'll wait for it to come to Steam.
Most of them won't. They'll rather pirate. They would rather pirate the game than buy it on the Epic Store, or they would just wait for it to come to Steam.
But the point is that when people go, Sony's doing the same as Microsoft. Sony is not moving an entire ecosystem. Microsoft built the bridge, like they said. There was exclusive games for a year. There was a whole achievement system. You bought the game here, you got it over there. Like, they basically said, go play on PC. And that's why the console, it was so easy to leave Xbox and just go get a PC because they made it seamless. They made it so easy for you to just say, goodbye, Xbox, thank you, and then continue to say you don't need to buy an Xbox. It's not about the console. It's not about this. And then they're in the state that they're in now where they have no market. They have lack of market share, lower than the previous Xbox. They bought all this exclusive, they own all this IP, and they got a failing install base in their console. They got a PC market that got to give Steam everything. And then they got a mobile market where they're fighting with Google and Apple to try to get their shit through a browser for somebody to play that really don't care. And now they're like, guys, we have tried every which way. Wow, now we got to go here. And I have some Philness clips. Let me get these super chats, and we're going to get into the Philness clips of why they're in the state that they're in. So we got Cosmic Hero 270 with the 10. He goes, Jez, did you see Zuby Zoo? Shout out to Zuby. Put on that tweet saying the next Halo game is coming to PS5, PlayStation. Yet PlayStation is in trouble. Keep crying, bots. Dude, like, they need to put their games everywhere. They bought all this stuff. Their games are not selling, all due to them. They did this. You had Starfield saying, don't buy an Xbox. That's what they said. Meanwhile, Starfield should have been bundled with the Xbox to go sell it. They didn't do that. Phil takes Blue Chew. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
My little Fisher Price plastic toy.
Holy shit. He says, Phil takes Blue Chew, $2. He goes, can't stand these Helldivers bot port beggars. Oh, man. And then the game night with the 10, he goes, if everything went multi-platform tomorrow, there would be no Switch 2. Naughty Dog's new IP would somehow have to run on a Switch on top of optimizing for the PS5, PC, and Xbox. It's a disaster. And game night, that's exactly my problem with multi-platform day one. If that diminishes the experience of the game, which we have seen over the years, demonstrated by Halo Infinite, Forza Motorsport, and the list goes on, most likely Xbox games, they've shown that, hey, maybe it's a little too much on too many devices on day one to make it the best. Let's optimize it first for the console, the one that buys and spends the most, then put it on PC and meet their expectations. What's wrong with that?
Hey, who said this, Jez?
We all said that. What about the multiplayer quality?
What game is coming out in 2025 that's going to be the best selling game for the next 10 years?
Oh, GTA 6.
GTA. Yeah.
Why are they not launching day and date on PC?
Stop. Enough.
I don't know. Like, exactly. Why are they? No, exactly. Why aren't they?
Why? Because they want to get their game out in the most polished way possible, which is just focusing on the console, and they'll bring it out later on the PC. But they don't want to develop with the PC, PlayStation, Xbox, all the PC configuration. They don't want to do that.
Dude, I have the quote right here. I had the quote right there from yours truly, Uber driver Todd Howard, saying that focused development and support from the first-party studios to make the game the best it can be was where that's where exclusives and first-party, and that's where it matters. But the thing is that you even look at that, I think, anyway, Bethesda was a multi-platform, company to begin with. So I think he was just lying out his ass, because I don't know how dropping the PlayStation 5 made him focus on Xbox. Like, makes no friggin' sense.
It didn't.
On that. And then I saw some articles too about how these games are built for PlayStations first and then ported over to PC and Xbox, or at least Xbox.
Wait, Grand Theft Auto?
Is it
Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, it is.
Where
yeah,
was it? Was it Grand Theft Auto from Strasnick?
GTA. No, this was a Grand Theft Auto 5 developer. He said that a previous Watch Dogs dev, he said the PlayStation the lead platform, and then they port it to the Xbox.
There you go. Well, that's why it was always the first to 10 million was win the generation, because it's not winning the generation in sales, it's winning the generation of market share. Because when you have market share, you have leverage. And actually, there were a couple of articles that I think I saved, but it's one of the things that if you go back, and this came up, man. I had some good stuff. But first, I want to get into actually, now that we're talking about it, let me get into this thing, because there was something where talking about that market share to pay for exclusive games. So about that market share thing, and talks about the console wars back in the day. And the thing is that what Peter Moore said back in the 360 was that, first off, he says that they encouraged the console wars in the 360 genre. So we encourage the console wars not to create division, but to challenge each other. When I say, I mean Sony and Microsoft. Microsoft haven't stuck course after the Ring of Death. The game will be there. Then he goes, where did he say about the... where did he say about it? I don't know if that was that. Well, they started the console war. They embraced that thing. But I'm just trying to see where he said about exclusives. But they say this exact same thing, and this is the thing that they have, is that when you have market share, and you have Sony dominating the market share and Microsoft not, you have to pay a lot more money to get games to be exclusive on your platform, because you have to offset them not putting it on the majority of the PlayStation 5s. So as an Xbox, if you're sitting there with 24 million or whatever like that, and Sony's sitting there double and triple, well, if you want to get said game from third party or something as an exclusive, you have to pay more money for that developer to focus on your platform, because they are not selling that game on the 50-something million. So as that thing got separated, the install base got separated, it made Microsoft harder to leverage anything. And if you look at what Sony's able to do, they're able to leverage games just because they're the market share leader. And they have the install base there. So they could do a lot of things that Microsoft can't do. And this is the stuff that really affected Microsoft. And this is where I'm saying,
my number one
if they
customer.
continue to just let the console diminish, they will basically just lose up. Like they basically won't have anything anymore. They don't now. But
Hey,
like,
Jez, what was
you
the
won't
what
get
was
games
the
anymore.
big third? What was the last big third party AAA game that Xbox got exclusively? Like from a third, not the studio they don't own. What was the last big AAA game they got exclusively on the
They
Xbox
don't
platform?
have the leverage. I don't know.
What was it? Tomb Raider.
Well, that was the
they
one
don't
last
even-
time they did it, right?
Yeah. They don't make those kind of deals anymore. They may not be in a position to make those kind of deals
No,
because
they're
of
not
how
in
much
the position anymore.
So what I'm saying is, if console sales didn't matter and install base didn't matter, then they wouldn't be getting those kind of deals,
Mm-hmm.
or they'd be making them, but they're not.
And then what they try to say is Sony's paying to keep these off of
Oh,
Xbox.
blocking,
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't even think they
Mhm.
need to. I just think they get it by default because of the install base they have.
Well, sometimes they fund projects.
I'm
like
sure they
something
fund
like,
them, yeah.
Like Stellar Blade, Project Eve is what it was called. It was initially a multi-platform game when they announced it, Project Eve. They ran into some funding issues. Sony decided to step in and publish the game, and they got exclusivity because of that. Right?
There it is. I found
Microsoft
it.
could have stepped in, and Microsoft could have swooped in and helped that developer out with funding and dev kits and everything like that.
But
they chose not to.
Yeah.
They didn't do it.
Here's the article.
So I'm just saying.
Exactly. Game companies used to be in Sony's pockets, former Xbox exec claims. Xbox had to spend millions to secure parity with PlayStation, says Peter Moore. In a recent interview with Iron Lords, Moore said that they had nothing to lose when it came to console wars. Back in the day, the market already dominated by PlayStation. You're writing really big checks to get content, he said, quote. You don't have an install base that you could point to, Moore said, adding that Microsoft spent millions to ensure the games were released on Xbox day and date with PlayStation. He says that, quote, the publishers and developers were in Sony's pockets coming off the fallout of the Dreamcast. So it just shows that with that market share.
Hey, yeah. With that market share, what now?
It's hard. Well, with that market share, it's hard for them to leverage any type of exclusivity. So that's why.
Yes. I'll give you a perfect example. We learned this in the Activision Blizzard
There
court
you
case
go.
with the FTC. What did we learn?
Yep.
Bobby
Oops, sorry.
Kotick was what was he doing?
He was not putting his game
They
on
were
Game
about to.
Pass.
No, not that. They told Microsoft, you either raise our cut or our percentage we make because the game isn't selling on your platform, or you won't get the game. Right? So they were about to be maybe possibly even cut out of even getting Call of Duty on their platform because their install base was so much smaller and Activision was in a position of power. They were trying to negotiate a better split than the standard 30% that Microsoft already got. or they weren't going to get the game at all. Right?
Dude.
So I'm just saying, I mean, people on that side of on that platform aren't buying games, right?
Yeah.
The console is not selling, right?
It's
so
not
Activision
strategy.
saw a prime opportunity to get some more money, to shake Microsoft down, basically, and get more money out of
Dude,
it.
and it's
increase the split, or you don't get the game.
And that's what I said. This is not coming from a place of strategy. This is coming from a place of just like the Activision deal. Did they even know what they were going to do with it? It's desperation. And I got here's a Phil interview back here talking about cloud gaming. Phil, tell us about how cloud gaming is doing.
Welcome. I would also throw in, I know there's not that much to say about Activision Blizzard specifically, but you guys bought ZeniMax for about, what, like $7 billion earlier, which is, you know, small change compared to some of the other moves that we've seen you make. But, you know, the environment has changed significantly since that transaction. How are you working to incorporate that and get the most out of it as the economic winds shift?
Yeah, it's all about getting great games done. That's what we're working on with our teams at ZeniMax. We've got 2 great games coming in 2023, Redfall and Starfield. Delivering great games for our customers across the platforms where they want to play is just a fundamental promise that we want to have at Xbox.
Phil hyping up Redfall, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you.
Phil Spencer hyping up Redfall. Holy shit. Oh, damn. Where is it? Holy, dude, the gifts just keep on coming. They just keep on coming. They can keep on coming.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit.
I had to stop it.
No.
I had to stop.
Spirit,
I had to stop.
Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
I had to stop it. I couldn't keep going. You ready, Philness? That's 45 seconds. 45 seconds into the interview. Phil Spencer already finessed us. He did his Philness, and he basically...
I lied.
Dude, I've been up Redfall. I got ears again.
Stupid.
Play is just a fundamental promise that we want to have at Xbox.
Bringing great,
delivering great games for our customers across the platforms where they want to play is just a fundamental promise that we want to have at Xbox.
I don't think he can stop himself from lying.
So, speaking of Xbox, overall, the gaming business seems to be okay from a supply chain point of view. At least that's what we heard from AMD, which supplies you guys as well as others. What do you expect to see on the consumer front as consumer spending slows down? Is it the hit games that are going to outperform in this environment? Is it having a broad portfolio that you think is going to indicate who wins console?
Dude, just look at Phil's face. He's like looting. He's like, the bullshit is, if you look at his face during the interview, look at his face right here, dude. The guy's asking about great games. When he heard great games, Phil Spencer's like this. He's like, oh.
Here it comes.
Look at his face. Phil, look at Phil recording. He's loading like the Starfield screens. He's loading. Look at Phil loading about the bullshit's loading in.
Perform in this environment? Is it having a broad portfolio that you think is going to indicate who wins console-wise this holiday season?
Well, hit games have proven to always be successful in our market. You're seeing that with Modern Warfare 2 right now. If you go back in the year, Elden Ring, like you have big, great games that reach a mass audience across all these platforms. They do really, really well. But it is also the back catalog or the tried and true hits that families have almost like become part of the family activity in the evenings. Gaming is, I think, a good value for the kind of dollar per hour that people spend in playing, and that the back catalog, tried and true hits, free-to-play games do really, really well right now. When you think about the Fortnites and the Rocket Leagues and Fall Guys, those kind of games also succeeding in the platform. Diversity of business model, whether it's subscription, free-to-play, or retail, really just offers our customers a ton of choice.
Hey, Phil, it's Deirdre. I wanted to ask you more about the developer side of things. And as you look to, eventually operate an Xbox mobile store, what does that look like? Is it an open app store model, meaning that, developers could be able to operate their own app stores within their own methods of payments? How do you think about that evolution?
Yeah, I mean, we're early on in this transition, and there's obviously a lot of obstacles in front of us today that we have to work through on those mobile platforms. But I think the model we have on Windows is one to really learn from. You look at Windows, which is a large-scale platform, and creators can make decisions whether they want to go direct to their customers and deliver their storefront, use our own store capability, use their own payment system or our payment system.
You know what, Phil? I've heard this before. You know what time it is. Grinders, you know what time it is. It's flute time!
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
This is intro. Phil, hit it!
Oh, and Psychonauts 2. New games are coming fast.
Sing it, Phil. We're going on the flute.
And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville,
get it, Phil.
Requiem. What to play first and what to play last.
Yo, Phil.
They're all on Game Pass. Among Us, DSN, and more.
Wow. What a flute segment, dude. But this is what he actually said in the article, too. He said the cloud gaming is not what we expect to see in the next 3 to 5 years. It's not a transformation, he says, in the next 3 to 5 years. He said that 3 to 5 years ago, and now he's reconfirming that in 2022. In 3 to 5 years, he's not seeing cloud be transformation.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Phil Spencer, what are we going to do with you, man? You can't get it in. It's cloud gaming is the future, then cloud gaming is not the future. Then it's all in on cloud gaming. It's in beta. We fixed it. Oh, it's broke. It's not the future. Nobody wants to play on phones anymore. Nobody wants it, dude. People just want great games, and I'm sure you're able to tell them that you're able to deliver some great games to them, right, Phil?
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true.
Oh, man. The one job you had to do. You and that dirty ass dude. One job. Fail. My goodness gracious. And then Frog, the finale. Speaking of lies, Xbox said, now for some reason, the tweet has been deleted, but basically they told you right to your face.
I lied.
Xbox said the lies will always be there waiting for you.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh,
Holy
damn.
Spirit, activate.
The
Activate.
Claymores with the
Activate.
$5 Canadian. He goes, my inside sources are telling me the Xbox toaster will imprint PlayStation logos on the toast. Oh, shit.
Sir, do we get the win this time?
Oh, man. Yeah, why is it just one logo? It should be all the logos. When everybody eats toast, we all win. Oh, shit. But, Frog, what do you think about Xbox first saying the lies will always be there waiting for you, and then to cap that off by saying that they all, no, not Aaron Greenberg, they also said that it's okay not to finish games.
You know, that comment right there, it's okay not to finish games, has to be one of the most bullshit comments I've ever heard.
The
from
lies one,
anybody.
too. Yeah, where's that one?
Because their thing is, it's like, well, you know, because I always ask a lot of people, I say, you know, you got Game Pass, you can't beat everything in there. And you will hear people say, well, it's okay, you know.
Well, let's see what the comments have
It's
to
just,
say.
you know, it's crazy that you can make a comment like that.
Hit
It's
that like
like,
button, Grinders.
just so, you're so nonchalant about it. Like, it's okay not to finish games you like. If you like the game, you're going to finish it. You're not going to sit there and say, well, you know, F this game, you know. And I think that with Game Pass being there like it is, you would think that people would finish more games because they have such a bigger, but they don't. They try these games out and they drop them. Try the next game out and they drop it.
Yeah, well,
I'm
there
like,
you go.
You have such a variety of look. It's just like with Netflix. You're not gonna freaking watch every movie in Netflix. You kind of know what you like. So I've never gotten on Netflix and be like, man, I'm watching this movie.
That was for Dustin.
And then I just stopped watching it. For the most part, I know what I like, so I know what I want, and I think that's the great thing about being able to kind of pick and choose. Look, and the reason Game Pass, we all know Game Pass is not growing because the games that people want to play aren't there. The NBA 2Ks, the Maddens, the Call of Duties.
Well, they may come there,
game,
but not day and date.
no, they may come there, but not day and date, and that's the whole
Right.
point. The games that people want to play, they're going to go out and buy and support. That's why I think Game Pass is kind of like it's laughable to say it's the best place for gaming. It really isn't. Like
Snackable gaming.
when you look at
That's right.
when you look at and then they try to and then here's the other thing. Then they try to say, hey, well if you buy them and if you have a Game Pass, you decide to buy, you get a percentage off. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but everything that's in Game Pass, the games, they keep that price basically the same for ages. They don't have to drop the price of anything now because now you're in a subscription. They can still say, hey, this is a $69, $59 game. We don't ever have to drop the price, and so that inflation is going to stay there, and it pushes you to go into a service because guess what? At the end of the day, you're never going to get this game on sale. The only way you're going to really get this game at a good value is Game Pass because it's 19, 16, whatever dollars a month. So they're kind of forcing you to be in a service, and it's sad. It's like they're forcing you to be in a service, even if you have. So here's another caveat. So there was a guy on eBay who was selling his Xbox 360 Model E, the last Xbox 360, brand new. Never opened it. He's getting rid of $50 worth of controller. So I was like, this got to be a scam. So I went on ahead and bought it. The box gets to my house. It's a brand new Xbox 360. Never used, but so I hook it up, get my profile on there. I go in there and I'm like, wow, this brings back a lot of memories. But guess what? When you get on your 360, it shows Xbox Live in gold, but you can't access it. There's no way to access it. All it tells you is, hey, you own all these games. And what I started realizing is some of the games I was trying to download that are 360 games, they're not digital on 360. They're only digital for Xbox One going forward.
Oh,
so I was like, oh, this is pretty. It was pretty interesting. Like I can't play on my Xbox 360 online at all unless I go get Game Pass on Xbox One or Xbox Series X. There's no way to get Xbox Live. You can't activate it. So I'm like, damn.
What do you? I'm confused. I'm confused right now.
So if I just got an Xbox 360, Xbox 360, and I was like, okay, how do I play online? So it tells you Xbox Gold. So I was like, well, let me go in there and try to get Gold. It won't let you access it, and Gold doesn't exist. So I actually
it's Game Pass Core now.
Right, I have to go on my profile on an Xbox One or Xbox Series, get Game Pass just to play on the Xbox 360 online. So that console's null and void. It's there's no reason to own it, and if you haven't upgraded. The only reason I got it because I own a lot of 360 games, digital from back in the day, just like my PS3. I own a lot of games, so I was like, oh, it'd be kind of cool, and it was like cheap. It was a $50 freaking 250 gig.
Hey, you
Xbox
can buy a
360.
year of core. You can still buy the cards for $60 and have a year of online. So it's not like that's not available. Yeah, you can still buy that. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I may
You
want to
can.
try
You
that.
can. I know for a fact you can. You can't buy it directly through the console. You can either buy it monthly
No,
or
you can buy it
if
from
you buy
right.
If you buy
But
it
I thought
for
it.
the
I
year,
thought it translates over to Game Pass, back to Game Pass. Like so, if
Game
you get a
Pass
year,
Core,
say you get a
which
year.
is core. Hold on, let me finish real quick. You
Yeah,
get
go
a
ahead, 'cause I
year
wanna-
buying 1 year of core. If you buy the card, you can buy a year for $60. Okay. If you buy it directly through the console, it's $120. Okay. Because remember the
I got what
outrage
you're
whenever
saying.
Microsoft was trying to raise the price and people rebelled on that.
Right.
And they went back to remember they had retailers pulling those $60 cards from the retail stores.
That's how they found
and
out.
replacing them with but they reversed that. So you can still buy a card of Xbox Game Pass Core for 12 months for $60. You can still buy that. You can't buy it. I don't think you can buy it directly through the Xbox. You have to buy the card.
Like so, go
have
on
to-
eBay or somewhere
You
where
can,
you can
or
find
buy
it.
the digital code. You can buy a digital code from CD Keys or whatever, but you can still buy the digital code for $60 for 12 months. You can still do that.
Never knew that.
Yeah, you can still do that.
I think I'm just interested in what it does. I'm interested if I buy it and then I say I put it on my Xbox 360, so forth, redeem the code, is it going to give me allow me to play Xbox Live, or is it going to say it's going to convert it to Game Pass?
It's Game
And
Pass
now-
Core, which includes online. And those 25
okay.
digital games, those 25
Yeah,
games.
Matty
that they
B
have in
says
there,
CD
whatever.
Keys has monthly Game Pass
Yeah.
Ultimate for $3.79. Yeah, Game Pass Keys has Game Pass. CD Keys
You can
has.
still,
You get them for cheaper.
but yeah, you can still buy it for. You can still buy it. It's still
But one
available. They
thing
just
is like,
rebranded it.
Xbox does these freaking.
But either
tweets,
way, you're a
dude. Like-
Game Pass member, no matter what, though, right?
Oh yeah, they're gonna send you a Game
Yeah,
Pass.
but you know the problem I've been seeing this
Okay.
one thing I wanted to bring up too about the core thing. You know, people like, well, when they went back with the Diablo 4 and saying it's not on core, it's not, core was never billed as an evolving. Like they said that games may cycle out of there, but core is kind of like what PlayStation Collection was. Like basically, it's these set games that are in there. Maybe a game comes out, but they're not there to get the newest releases and not have the same kind of turnover that Game Pass has. Game Pass Core was supposed to be like, hey, here's like 20 games to get you started and enjoy because that's what you're getting. And that's basically all it is. It was never this kind of revolving thing that was billed as.
So I've had Xbox Live ever since the first Xbox. Same player, clan tag and everything, right? So now, when Xbox 360 started, remember we had games with gold and they were giving monthly games away. I can no longer, I'm guessing, I don't have access to any of my gold games anymore, right?
No, if
Because
you're
I
not
don't
an
have
active
Game
member of the
Pass.
subscription, you're not going to be able to play those games. Just like on PS Plus, if you redeem a game on Plus,
Ah,
and then you
so they
don't
changed
have
it
the
'cause back in
subscription.
the
It's already-
day,
you don't own the license if you're not
right?
an active member of the service.
Because back in the day with gold, you used to be able to keep the games indefinitely.
They want,
now
yeah, they want Game
changed it
Pass
to where-
everywhere.
Oh,
So yeah,
I
they
got it.
don't work like that no more.
They're done with that.
Ah, makes sense.
But,
Makes sense. Okay.
Yo, well, Frog is enjoying is all that rigmarole of this. You know, I think that first off, we're gonna see. So, last question for everybody here: when do you think we'll find out about the next set of games that are coming from Xbox to other platforms?
This summer, I think we'll find out.
You think at the
E3
June
time.
showcase? Yeah, I think the same thing.
E3 time. Yep.
It's
these
wild.
these games were just merely a palate. These were like appetizers, right?
Yeah.
They got to get their customer, the Xbox user base, accustomed to this business practice. So
They
these
created
are,
such
you know,
a
these small.
dude. They such crazy, such a freaking can.
Oh, they're gonna open it. They're gonna put out more. These are the only games this year that are going multi-platform because they released all these games between now. They got all these games coming out over the next month and a half. All these games are releasing.
Yep.
So
I
there's
know.
more.
And
Trust me.
you know what? One of the things I want to leave you with is, as I'm thinking that I think this strategy, and again, I don't know yet. Like, you know, we'll find out, but I feel like Microsoft's doing what they probably should have did to their own platform, is basically sell these games first. Because I'm wondering if they put these things out early, that maybe by the end of this year, we'll start seeing these games get rolled into a PlayStation Plus Essential or something like that, like later on in the year. And I'm wondering if that's what Microsoft's plan is. I don't know.
I don't see that because I don't see that. I think those games may go to PlayStation service at some point, but they're trying to sell these games. So
at first,
they may. That's why I said later. You know, maybe a year or two. You know, they may put them in
I
there.
don't know. It's just my whole thing is I feel like they're approaching this as a Trojan horse. They're going to start putting their games on PlayStation and Switch, and then eventually offer some sort of service like EA Access, or maybe even try to have a deal with Sony to get their games in the
that's
service.
definitely not going to be. They're not going to allow Microsoft to launch a separate subscription
that's
on
what
their
I'm
platform.
thinking. I was thinking maybe
that's not going to happen.
Maybe they
It's
say,
not
hey,
happening.
PlayStation Plus now supports Microsoft publishing games. And
Not happening as long as Microsoft is in the hardware business. That will never happen.
No, I know,
can
but
guarantee that.
what I'm thinking
Yeah.
is
I
that
don't think that's gonna happen.
what Microsoft can do is say, hey, with PlayStation Plus, you also get Microsoft the Microsoft games, published games in PlayStation Plus, and that's how. And they have some back end.
But they've already put titles in Plus before.
Yeah,
They put
like
Fallout
Bethesda
76.
titles.
They
Yeah,
put-
but because that's what I mean. They already did this before. That's one. That's why
they just
this
put
whole-
Outer Worlds. They just put Outer
Yeah,
Worlds.
but they
in
didn't.
the,
I know they own it, but they didn't publish that game.
It don't.
The
It
thing,
don't
but
matter.
the
It's still their
thing
game.
is that what's so crazy is that if you go through the history, they've done this before. They've made games on all platforms with Minecraft, Legends and Dungeons. But the fact that they're doing some sort of a push now and making it a kind of an announcement, an initiative, makes me think that there's not only their games coming, but there's some sort of plan or some sort of Trojan horse in effect. I don't trust them.
Nah, Sony's not that dumb. They're not gonna be Microsoft not launching any kind of service. Not as long as they're a competitor. No, because you don't realize something. They can't put it on the PlayStation without PlayStation allowing it. It's their ecosystem. It doesn't work that way.
Cura said he could see like paying for Sea of Thieves and Grounded go into PlayStation Plus, so people might try it out like later on. I know, right? Instead of buying it.
Maybe a year or so.
I know, dude. They spent too much. Listen, and like I said before, no matter what they're doing right now, it's all coming from a place of they need to do something.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How often do you? I want to ask you this real quick. PlayStation will put out a tweet that shows you the games that are dropping in Plus, right? Yeah. Premium and all this stuff. They don't market that service.
No, they don't. They just show. They just do their announcement.
They're being very strategic about how because they want the service to be there, but the service is not the star of the show.
No,
and they want to make sure people buying game on their platform is primarily the way people interact with the PlayStation platform.
Yeah, and know what else too is like they and you see now even with Game Pass announcements and stuff like that, Game Pass actually is turning into what it should always been, like a supplemental service to play older games. Like there's your one-offs on. Like I said, the Game Pass is going to live or die by Microsoft's first-party day-and-date content. And you see, without that content. Game Pass is really just like a place for just older games, like it and some indie maybe day ones. That's about it.
Listen, so I want to add this too. This ain't necessarily related to games, but you're talking about service, right? Disney is making a big shift in their business strategy with Disney Plus, and they realized they said this. They realized that they put too much of an emphasis on Disney Plus by launching a lot of shows and movies in the service, and it hasn't made them any money, right? And it's getting their customers accustomed to not doing what? Going to the theater
and buying.
So what they're going to do now, they're saying Disney Plus should be a great place to access their catalog content. Users interact more with their content once it's debuted in the theater first, right? So you're going to start seeing less and less content, not just movies, but television shows, Marvel and things like that, going to Disney Plus. They're going to slow down the amount of content they're dropping over there and focus and put more of an emphasis on the theatrical part of their business because the Disney Plus is kind of stagnated. It's not really growing. They've actually lost 4 million subscribers or something like that since their last earnings report. Yeah. So they're realizing
their shows are not doing that well either. So
they're not. So, and they oversaturated it with content, too much content. And especially with Marvel, way too much. And it turned out to make the property not as special as what they wanted it to be. So they're making some changes and stuff like that. But that's what businesses do. They pivot, right? Everybody at one point was chasing this services stuff. Everybody had a service. Everybody was pushing it. It was an industry-wide thing, right? Xbox has their gaming service. PlayStation has their service. But like PlayStation said, you'll occasionally get a gem here and there in the service, but it's mainly just catalog content, right? Or older titles that have reached their retail potential, and we just throw them in there. And they may make a deal sometimes to get a mid-level game in there and stuff like that, but their big blockbuster content is going to be sold first. They experimented with Horizon. They put Horizon over there in PlayStation Plus Premium. They said their sales tanked that year on that game.
Hey man, if they want to experiment, they're gonna experiment. But yeah, and I think the subscription thing you'll see, and same thing with all the movies going day and date, and now went back to the movie theaters. But somebody pointed out, Josh was pointing out how many people even watch this Xbox podcast that came on, and it's only 598 views. 580,000 views. I mean,
nobody cared.
598.
There was like 5
minutes,
dude. 5 minutes of kind of new information, and then a whole bunch of the same talking points. Play anywhere, the cloud, accessing your saves, cross save, It just was a bunch of bullshit after
Dude,
that. A
nobody
bunch of
cares
stuff
about
we've
that
been
shit.
hearing. Nobody
Just
cares.
remember, when you're going around, exclusives matter. They always have mattered. There's a benefit of making focused development. Take it from, not my words, but Todd Howard. Focused development on platforms and getting the support from first party to have advantages. And it's always this world of hardware and software coming together. And if you're developing the hardware, that should be an advantage when you're also developing the software. Just ask Apple how it works. Ask Google how it works with the Pixel. The software and hardware come together for ultimate optimization and best feature set because they know the hardware, because they built it. That's the inherent advantage of exclusives and first-party content, and even exclusives, even if they're not first-party. But the fact that they're getting places that this is where you play your games, exclusives show where you're going to play. That's why you go to a certain restaurant. That's why you go to a certain, you buy a certain product. That's why there's all billions of different headphones.
You don't go to McDonald's. You don't go to McDonald's to get a Whopper.
Exactly. You don't have, like I said, you don't have a Nike swoosh on a goddamn Adidas. That's branding. There's a reason
why, yeah.
There's a reason why there's branding. There's exclusivity and everything, and that's what differentiates and allows for competition in the market. So when you don't have exclusivity, then there's no competition, and then it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
That this era of Xbox that we liked is they don't want to do that anymore because they just feel like after Xbox One we didn't gain. It's like Phil Spencer said. He's right. We didn't win the best generation we needed to win, and so now
they lost. Dude, they lost.
Compete?
They're trying to hang around. They're trying to hang around, man. They lost. Dude. They
lost big time.
They lost big time, and they tried to, and that's the thing. They tried to pivot so many which ways, and you could tell every step of the way they tried something different. Because if this was their ultimate vision, they would have done this 4 years ago when they were putting their stuff everywhere. But they are doing this now because they need to financially. They need to because they spent tons of money. And you cheered that Microsoft was infinite budget. Tons of money, infinite budgets, make the best games possible, and look what happened. They spent so much money.
They can lose money forever,
They can lose
right?
money. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I stacked Game Pass for 3 years. I'm going to take their games. Boom.
They're $1 trillion company. Leave them alone.
That's right, Big Razzo.
They can just throw money at. Yeah. You
exactly.
can't just do that.
So grinders.
You can't just do that.
This was a great show. I want to thank Frogs and Link for coming through. We're gonna hopefully you guys hit the like button and you like the the new song that's coming there. I'm gonna play it as the outro in case Link missed it on there. But I want to say thank you again. Reggie's down in Disney World right now. He says it's crazy, so enjoy yourself, Reggie. Stay away from all those crazy crowds and don't get trampled on over there waiting in lines or going to see Mickey Mouse. Oh boy, Philness Mouse is still here, so you can go see him. Oh boy, I'm going to tell you more lies. There you go. There's a little Mickey Mouse for you, Philness Mouse, coming your way. But yes, Final Fantasy VII this week. We didn't even get to that. That will be another show later in the week. We'll be hyping up, talking about Final Fantasy VII, but I'll be getting it.
All the biggest big games will be on all platforms, huh?
Yeah, right? Oh, goodness. They said that too. Oh, the biggest game. Man, they just eating their words left and right, dude. And I'm telling you, it's all about quality games. And what's hilarious is that they talk so much and just don't go anywhere. And I think people are seeing through the bull. I've been listening around. People, I think some people are just done. And then the people that are sticking around, they're like on the Looney Tunes. People are just like, what are you talking about? But hey, people do what they do. But hit that like button, share it out. Link, you could find him in the spaces all around Twitter, gathering information and fighting PC dudes left and right. And Frogs, you can follow him over on Twitter and check out his streams when he goes live. And definitely when we do Gaming Grindhouse streams, I'll be doing more of Helldivers too. So definitely, I love doing the game night with everybody there. And I'm gonna be getting Final Fantasy VII. Can't wait to play that. Yeah. I started the demo, but I'm not playing it.
Make sure you tell them the most important thing. No matter what, hold the damn line.
Oh, damn. That line has been broken and their ass wiped with it. But hey,
it's all about ABK and holding the line.
Yeah, that's right. There it was. Oh, my goodness. Tell them, Satya.
Games to more gamers on all platforms.
Hold that line, Satya.
Oh, no!
We suck
Everything
again.
that we are doing with our content, with our
Get ready, grinders.
our cloud
We're gonna
and
cash. We're gonna go out right now on the new gaming grindhouse exclusive jam, Philness Circus. Let's go. Hit that like button. We out.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do. We haven't done our best work.
Brand new music.
Yeah, that's always been a hit on the
I missed you.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say always. Like, I think we've gone through
Not
times
to
where we've
throw
done.
mud on me, but now you have to know that's a fair. I think it's something fair to say.
It is fair to say. And
It's like a creepy circus. Are you ready for the show? Now tell me, where did all your courage go? I'm back. I control you just as in a game. But don't try to fight me back. You can't break me. Try
Oh no.
means when I think about Xbox.
Oh no.
We have
I'm playing it again. Sorry, hit the wrong button.
with our first party outplay.
Sorry. We're doing it again, grinders. Encore.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say always. Like, I think we've gone through
Not
times
to
where
throw
we've done.
mud.
I'm not touching anything.
But I have to know that's a fair. I think it's something fair to say.
It is fair to say. And
It's like a creepy circus. Are you ready for the show? Now tell me, where did all your courage go? I'm back. I control you just as in a game. But don't try to fight me back. You can't break me.
Let's go.
would you ship that? What you just played?
Get the smoke machine. Yeah.
I see commentary. If you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and just build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games.
I'm here.
Let's go.
I control you just
Control
as in
you.
a game. But don't try to fight me back. You can't break me. Try it, and you shall.
Increase that volume.
I'm back. Boom.
Very best work in gaming. It's a core business for us.
Stop! Enough!
Thank you again, Grinders. Hope you like the new Grindhouse Jam, Philness Circus. Good night, everybody. We out.